explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
We are the home of Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Psst, we bought that action. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
Did you ever think that you would be in this position right now where your daughter would have some way lose her life?
I didn't want to believe it. All the times I called, sometimes the phone would ring and ring and ring for days. I didn't want to know that she had successfully committed suicide.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all. And that's pretty much the biggest problem. Like, they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Yam, pam, jam.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, wow.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. I hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Speak up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
tell Tony, all aboard. It's okay to jump on the love train.
I'm not jumping on the love train.
We might got a couple seats left.
Listen, he ain't going to be, Jordan Love will not be the starter in 5 years.
Trash. That's a trash.
That's just my take.
Now you're trying to string it out.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Well, I'll need some apologies from the staff of 101.7.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I think the line's messing up. Hey, Eddie. Oh, I guess something happened with Eddie.
Hush up, boy.
And they have an agenda. And the agenda is a satanic one. I don't know why people don't talk about it. You can't talk.
Oh, Yo. They just empty.
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cups. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready, we ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants to smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How you doing, DJ Brother Z?
It's Friday.
And how y'all doing out there in Radio Land? Truth Nation. Thank you for joining me this Friday, June 13th, Friday the 13th, DJ Brother Z. I got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Now, salute to everybody joining us in the chat. Not really a city girl, Kawanda, Sincere, Ronnie Ray Real. You know how we get down, Mo the Elephant. Salute to everybody joining us as we broadcast live. Salute to everybody out there in Radio Land, Truth Nation. Look, this is Friday. We got a big weekend coming up. I got a couple things that I'm going to be involved in this weekend. And this is the summer season. This is the summer season, and we going to be outside. You know, what I don't want to see is a lot of these fights that people have at these events. Let's just kind of diffuse that if we can. I mean, sometimes people get involved in situations at these events, at these public events, and it's a bad look. It's a bad look, and you shouldn't be trying to go somewhere where the public, and that's where people are coming to have fun. They're bringing their families. Let's see if we can curve a lot of that. Let's try to curve a lot of that action right there, because it's unnecessary. I'm gonna just throw that out there. You know, family members, talk to your people, talk to those that are around you, and let's make the statement before we get outside. Let's start trying to get ahead of a lot of this unnecessary behavior. Then another thing I want y'all to do is make sure that y'all find activities for the young people this summer, because you don't want them standing around not being able to get involved. NPS got a lot of activities. Try to just find activities. Get in your phones. Ask Siri, hey, what are the free activities around here? Try to be resourceful, because these kids are out of school now, DJ Brother Z. And y'all got to make sure that y'all finding something for them to do. This is where we got to be resourceful. This is why we got to stop sitting around waiting for somebody to tell us. You got to start being active. You got a phone in your hand. That phone is powerful if you use it right. AI can work for you. If you just ask AI, hey, what are some of the free events for kids? It'll take you to links where you can try to go down those tunnels to see what's happening in. Okay? But I got an event coming up, Conversations in the Q&A with the NABJ, the National Association of Black Journalists. I'll be on the panel, Black Men in Media panel. This is going to be a great event. I'm excited. Black Men in Media, I guess, I get to talk with I guess I'm a journalist. I'm an award-winning journalist, DJ Brother Z. Sometimes I forget because, I never went by the titles. I know that people call me, so I said, okay, I'm the most requested advocate. I get calls all day. I understood that. But now, since we're in broadcasting, I'm an award-winning journalist, media personality in the state of Wisconsin, recognized by the state of Wisconsin. But like I said, we got a lot of work to do. That'll be something that will be going down this Saturday. Tomorrow, DJ Brother Z, at Radio City, at Radio Milwaukee. This will be happening at Radio Milwaukee, 220 East Pittsburgh Avenue, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Black Men in Media panel. Seems exciting. I'm not used to doing all this type of, fanfare. I got my show, and after that, we back on the block. Yesterday, I was talking to so many people, and then I had another situation. I ain't going to talk about that because when folks call me, I can't tell y'all everything. But you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised what I get to hear in one day. I'm talking about there's no aspect that's going on out here that I don't get to deal with that I ain't dealing with. None. I deal with it all. Like these conversations from one conversation to another be so extreme, DJ Brother Z. So extreme, But this is what it is. And we out here, we working. We salute to the police chief for stopping through the show. Salute to the DA, Kit Laverne, for stopping through the show. And we got the sheriff, Danita Ball. She'll be here Monday. She'll be on the show Monday. So don't miss that show. We get to talk to the county sheriff, Danita Ball, on Monday. There was a shooting, DJ Brother Z. They're saying there was a police-involved shooting that took place yesterday, and I was kind of looking at it. There was a 39-year-old male that was involved, and a police officer got shot. The 39-year-old male, I think, got shot. I think it was a situation where the details were not actually made public. But I didn't hear that anybody died, at least since I walked in and got on the show. But we got video of this, of what took place. If you're watching as we broadcast live, let's listen.
Today, at approximately 6:46 p.m., Milwaukee police officers were assigned to a directed patrol mission and tasked with patrolling the area of the 4600 block of West Hampton Avenue regarding recent violent crime. While patrolling the marked squad, officers were flagged down by a community member for two individuals flashing guns. Officers observed the two suspects and attempted to conduct an investigatory stop when the suspects fled on foot. Our officer exited the vehicle and gave chase on foot. Our officer encountered one of the suspects in the alley of the 4800 block of North 46th Street and gave commands to the suspect to drop the gun. The suspect refused, and gunfire was exchanged between one of the suspects and our officer. One of the suspects and our officer were both struck by gunfire. The second suspect was arrested without further incident. No one else was injured by the gunfire. Two ghost gun firearms were recovered. Again, 2 ghost guns firearms were recovered. The suspect was shot, was a 39-year-old male, was transported to a hospital for treatment of non-fatal gunshot injuries. The second suspect is a 19-year-old male. Our injured officer is a 30-year-old male with over 7 years of service. He was transported to a hospital for treatment for non-fatal injuries. This officer is also the officer that discharged his firearm at the suspect. He was placed on administrative duty as a routine and officer-involved shootings. Criminal charges for both suspects will be referred to the district attorney's office. The Market Police Homicide Unit will be investigating this incident. This is a fluid and ongoing investigation. Video related to this incident will be released in accordance with the Standard Operating Procedures 575. The Market Police Department send our thoughts and prayers to our officer and wish him speedy recovery.
DJ Brother Z, and he just left the show not too long before the shooting happened. And we were talking about this. We're talking about how can we deal with the situations that's going on in our communities. And I'll tell you this, we got to be on top of it right now because this is the beginning of the where the weather is nice. And we know when the weather get nice, people get outside. And many times, unfortunately, it can get chaotic. 7551 says, what is a 39-year-old doing shooting at a police? Must have mental health issues to do this. Sad, man. Well, the mayor goes on to say that, you're 39 years old, you out here, shooting at police officers, and you're too old for that. This is the one time I can say that when you talk about grown-ups and them, we're trying to be great examples for the young people, but then you got I don't say elders because I don't think 39 is at an elder. I don't think that's an elder type age. But these are supposed to be the OGs, the ones that are trying to tell the kids how to maneuver and not make the same mistakes that they've made. And I don't know what the situation is in detail. All I know is what the police report is saying. All I know is what the chief was reading, the report that he got. But I'm seeing a lot of olders, and I'm saying olders, that are acting worse than the kids. You know what I mean? Out here, I don't want to make an excuse and say it's mental health, but I don't know why these olders are out here creating chaos. And many times you would think that as you grow older and you mature, you would have a little bit more sense than these young people, 15, 16, 17, out here just getting their foot wet, out here getting things in a space where, okay, they're early, they may be influenced by peer pressure. But when you start seeing the old people influencing the mess, that's a problem. That's a problem. Some of y'all got olders around y'all right now that's out here with a mind of a 15-year-old or something. I don't know. All I'm saying is it's going to take the community to save a community. And it's going to take us to set the record straight. It's going to take us to set hard rules. And it's going to take for the police to stop doing some of the unnecessary things that they do to the public to build trust too. What they call the bad apples, DJ Brother Z. They got the few bad apples in there. That's what it is. Okay. Both sides got work, but it can be done if both sides commit to nipping a lot of the red flags they see in the bud. Even with our family members, we see the attitude already. So we can talk to them. We can get ahead of it. 9591 says, just because you are older doesn't mean that you are an example or a role model. Right. That's true. I don't respect olders. I call them olders that act like children. I don't. They want to get the respect. They be coming to me, hey, you know, I'm older than you, player. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. You ain't getting no respect from me. I don't respect people that act foolish and crazy and influencing these young people in a negative way. I don't respect it. It ain't slick to me. I'm telling you right now, there's some olders out here that's causing a lot of mixed singles to the kids. Because the kids are looking at them and they see that you are older and they like, okay, well, they doing it. I think Homer Blow was the one that said that it's parents, then it's people with kids. I like that. I like that analogy. It's parents out here, then it's just people who have some kids. You got elders out here, people who are pillars in the community. Then you got the olders, the ones that's trying to go around and claim the respect. Hey, I'm older than you. You got to, show me some respect. No, you trash. You hot trash, hot garbage. Don't come to me with that. You a problem. I tell them straight to their face, you're a problem. You out here doing things in your elder, trying to fake like you an elder. And then you talk about reckless driving. It's some of these olders out here that's reckless driving. At some point, we're going to have to address these folks that's around us. Y'all, you know how they say you got to check somebody? See, I don't even believe in that because it sounds too aggressive. But at least you got to let them know, I ain't standing for that. You can't hang out with me. You can't come by me. I love you, but I can't have that around me. I can't have that energy around the kids. I can't let the kids see that. Because if the kids see that I accept it, then everything I'm telling them not to do and I got you around, it's going to negate what I'm trying to teach. Because they're going to grow up and say, well, you let Unc come around and he was acting crazy. Why you let him act crazy, but then you telling me not to act crazy? Okay, so now you got to just stand firm. Hey, we don't do that around here. And I love you. You may be my loved one, but you too old to be acting like that. And I don't want these young people to see this or see this behavior because we ain't teaching that. And they got to respect it. They got to respect it. So when either they're going to respect it and come over and act decent, or you just ain't going to see them no more. I'd rather not see you no more. You putting bad images in the minds of these kids when I'm trying to tell them to do the right thing. Hey, DJ Brother Z, we got to set the standard. We got to start setting some of these standards. I'm not going for it. When we come back, we'll have more discussion. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke.
Summerfest is back, and the award-winning 1017 The Truth has got you covered. With free tickets, Truth Nation, to the world's largest outdoor festival. Tune into The Truth all week and listen for your cue to call and a chance to win an 18-pack of tickets to Summerfest.
Benjamin, I know you lying.
No, Nutty Juice, you heard that right. It's an 18-pack of tickets so your friends and family can enjoy Summerfest on us. So stay tapped into The Truth so you do not miss your chance to enjoy the biggest party on the lake.
lakefront. Summerfest is presented by our founding partner, American Family Insurance.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Dreaming of owning your first home? Milwaukee Habitat for Humanity can help make it happen. With little to no down payment and average monthly mortgage payments of $950, you can build a brand new home you love without breaking the bank. And you won't do it alone. Habitat provides the coaching, education, and support to guide you every step of the way. Stop renting and invest in a new home you can truly call your own. Visit MilwaukeeHabitat.org to learn more.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When it's time to upgrade your windows and doors, wouldn't you like to work with the best? But maybe you're thinking in these volatile times, I don't want to spend a fortune. Well, Pella, the best in the industry, has a product line for every budget. And right now, you can get no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. And if the plan is to wait, guess what? You can get it now and wait to start making payments up to 2 years. Pella truly believes that quality windows and doors don't have to be expensive. With a range of affordable options and products assembled in the U.S., you can get the look you want at a price you can afford. And with Pella's free in-home consultation, no obligation quote, and range of available financing, getting new windows and doors from Pella is easier than you think. Certain restrictions apply. Ends June 30th of 2025. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
in a place with young free, and I got what it takes to rock the mic.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Look, I've been looking for positive things. You know, since I started the show, I said, somebody send me anything positive about Milwaukee, because there's so many things, negative statistics going on, but I just got one, DJ Brother Z. And it sounds powerful. So I'm going to bring it to Truth Nation. Milwaukee joins with New York City, Miami, Los Angeles, Orlando, San Francisco, Las Vegas, Chicago, and power charging the tourism industry with $4.321 billion USDA new update. So I guess they're saying that Milwaukee is officially in the big leagues when it comes to tourism. DJ Brother Z. People are coming to Milwaukee. They're coming to the state of Wisconsin to visit. And they're saying that they're competing financially with New York and Miami and even our sister state, sister city, Chicago. Milwaukee is in the big leagues. We in the big leagues. They said Milwaukee just made history. And they're saying that in 2024, tourism in Milwaukee County soared to an astounding over $4 billion in economic impact, marking a new all-time high. Hey, they coming to check us out, DJ Brother Z. And I always said that we had some of the most beautiful parks. I tell people to get out on these trails, get out in nature. Hey, I might try to see if Elizabeth Brown can do a hug a tree class. Get out there and ground yourself. Sometimes some of y'all got too much high blood pressure. Sometimes y'all blood pressure be too high. Y'all need to take off y'all shoes and walk on the grass. Calm down. So that's great to hear that Milwaukee is a booming place for tourism, and we're making our mark. Hey, look, now that you know that the money coming in for tourism, hey, make some Milwaukee shirts, sell them. Check it out for yourself. Know that this summer going to be packed. There's going to be a lot of people at all these festivals. We got the biggest party on the lake. We got Summerfest. We got a lot of people coming to Milwaukee through tourism. Matter of fact, the convention center is always packed. There's always different things going on at the convention center, I'm trying to tell you. So this is money that's coming into the city. So, hey, do your homework, do a little research, boom. You might can get some of that cash. I'm going to just throw it out there for you because we living in a place where they say that there's a boom, an economic boom in tourism. And we competing with the big boys. We in the big leagues. What they say, what the lunatics say, we be in the big leagues. Hey. But look, when we come back, we'll have a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Summer in Milwaukee is nonstop. Festivals, live music, and fresh city vibes fill the season you already know. From world-famous cultural celebrations to hidden gem street fairs, every neighborhood is a stage, alive with handcrafted traditions, homegrown talent, and world-class entertainment. Music, flavor, culture, whenever you visit, the Cream City is ready to celebrate. This summer, don't just visit. Make sure you experience Milwaukee, the city of festivals.
Saving energy and money is easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%, and make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
Most people don't know that a county executive is a higher elected position than a mayor. Most people don't know what a state assembly representative does, a state senator, nor their function in overall state government. Most people, in fact, don't know what a school board representative actually does. Ask a person who their county board supervisor is, and they'll likely shrug their shoulders. Also, most people don't vote. We're in for a world of hurt. If we don't know the functions of our government at the very basic level, then we are not nearly equipped for what is going to happen to this nation for the next 4 years. All they had to do was tell unsophisticated folks gas prices are too high, inflation is too high, bacon and eggs cost too much. It's this guy's fault. It's this party's fault. Vote for us. Don't think about the criminal prosecutions. Don't think about all the malfeasance. Don't think about all of the misconduct and the corruption. We're going to make your bacon cheaper. We're going to make your eggs cheaper. We're also going to gut the FBI. We're also going to gut anything related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're going to shred this nation from the top to the bottom, all in favor of a handful of folks. How about this? Let's tell people that immigrants are actually the problem. And then Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk will bring in the most highly trained immigrants this nation has ever seen. Why? Because Americans are none the wiser. Don't believe me? Look at public school children's performance, not just in Milwaukee, not just in Wisconsin, but nationwide. Get ready for a long ride, ladies and gentlemen. A very long ride.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. Jacob Misiorowski shined in his Major League debut as the Milwaukee Brewers beat the St. Louis Cardinals in Game 1 of their 4-game series. This one by a final score of 6-0. Misiorowski went 5 innings and did not allow a single hit. He would exit in that 6th inning due to cramping issues, however. And with the win, though, the Brewers do improve to 37-33. And some breaking news for your Milwaukee Brewers. Aaron Savali getting his wish, being traded to the White Sox after the Milwaukee Brewers attempted to move him to the bullpen. The Brewers send off Savali, and they acquire first baseman Andrew Vaughn from the Chicago White Sox. That's according to ESPN's Jesse Rogers. And lastly, over to the NBA, where Game 4 of the NBA Finals is set to tip off in Indiana. The Pacers holding a 2-1 game lead over the Thunder. That tip-off is set for 7:30. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brothers there on the ones and twos. We got the Pop Culture Report. We got Truth Nation insider Glenn Pearce in studio.
What it do?
Glenn, we haven't been keeping up with the Diddy trial. I think that we kind of waiting for the outcome.
It cooled off for a while.
It did cool off. I think we was getting fatigued because it was frustrating because we trying to hear where the little kids at, where the human trafficking at. Seemed like it's just a bunch of adults that was just doing freaky stuff. Some people was getting paid to do it, but they what they was doing.
Hopefully grown consenting adults. Hopefully.
Well, it sounded like they was all consenting. Yeah. But I haven't heard nobody say they didn't consent. I just heard that they probably didn't want to do it, but they did it anyway.
Because they were doing something strange for a piece of change.
Yeah, something strange for change.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I want to at least get an update because I think that this ex-girlfriend that's on the stand now is 50 Cent's baby mama to his son Sair.
Yeah, Daphne Joy is what
Daphne Joy.
They're assuming this woman is.
Jane Doe.
I done heard the name floated around, so we just gonna go with it. But this is all allegedly because we don't got all the information. But apparently she was out there freaking off. She showed up a couple times, got introduced to a couple of other people, and then there's word that there was another rapper, an icon, so to speak, that was also involved with his girlfriend at the time.
At a separate freak off.
Yeah. They pretty much, they was like, yo, I know they get busy, so like we all should get busy.
All right, so they saying that it's an iconic rapper.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to break this down because they wanted to get that group on the stand to show that she was a willing participant in these things.
To ruin her credibility, for sure.
Right, but the judge denied that. But when they say iconic rapper, I immediately was like, okay, is this Jay-Z? Iconic? But then they said the rapper and his girlfriend. If it was Jay-Z, it'd be the rapper and his wife.
I mean, I don't know, but like
Beyonce,
in my head,
Jay-Z is married.
For sure. But
okay,
what's the time period on this? I think this is like probably, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe? I'm
they
assuming.
was married. Jay-Z been married for a minute now.
So that does eliminate Jay-Z. We could push Jay-Z to the side.
No Jay-Z.
If we talking iconic, who else is an icon that is a single black male that Diddy would have been involved with? Who else was he kicking it with?
All right, I'll say this. Huh? I'm
Rose?
Because
that's what we.
Only reason I think it could have been Rose.
Okay.
Rick Ross is kind of iconic.
That is true.
He ain't.
It depends on how tapped in you want to hip hop.
Well, I'll say this. He's lasted a long time.
Longevity for sure.
He's a astute businessman. He got fast food restaurants all over the place.
Wingstop, all that.
Okay, so Diddy was hanging out with him, and he had beef with 50 Cent because 50 Cent did something with his baby mama, took his baby mama out, wrote a book, everything. So if we got a loose end over here.
That's that get back.
I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Spun the block.
I don't really know exactly if this is Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Hey, all I'm saying is who would have the motivation to say, okay, hey, I want to bring her over here.
It ain't no short list of people. It could have been Ja Rule for all we know.
You think it was Ja Rule?
It could have been Irv. We don't know. Well, Irv was married, though. Irv was married before, God bless his dad. God bless the dad. I don't want to talk bad about him. But
is Ja Rule considered iconic, though?
As a New Yorker, I'm going to say yes. I might catch a lot of flack.
Because you're from Harlem.
I think Ja Rule had a nice little run. He's not a GOAT.
Hold on. Ja Rule was on top of the game. Had the game on lock.
I say he had an icon.
But then he became something that people despised because of 50.
Because he failed his beef. How you trying to kill somebody? You can't
But what I'm
complete the job.
saying is, I don't think that he's in the iconic. I think he was just a dope rapper at one point. I wouldn't put Ja Rule in the iconic state. I would say that he was one of the, like, on top of the game at one point.
I would agree. I would agree.
But since you from New York, then, you know.
Those my peoples.
Somebody, Mo the Elephant says Ja is iconic.
Okay, see, there's some people who are going to agree with me. Some people who are really real hip-hop fans.
It's a lot of people out here saying stuff. But what I'm saying is, I think with the Eminem beef, with the 50, I think it just flipped. All of a sudden, he was one of the most popular rappers, and then he wasn't even cool at one point.
But if y'all beefing in hip-hop,
I'm talking about, but he made the audience.
Yeah.
The audience rejected him after that.
That is true.
Okay. What I'm saying is, okay, let's say Drake is in beef with Kendrick.
Yeah.
Not Like Us is one of the hugest. He was just in Toronto with the Toronto people saying they not like us. And they playing it when it's probably.
And they asked him to play it twice.
It's probably A minor. and so what I'm saying is, but Drake came back with
Nokia?
Yeah, and Baby Girl.
That's not a hard record,
but
though.
That's a hit record.
It is.
Okay, but what I'm saying is people are not rejecting Drake like that.
Yeah, there's still people searching for him. There's still people out there.
He's still
there's an audience.
moving around.
Yeah.
And he took a hit, but he's still able to move around and fill out concerts and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's still out there doing
He survived the loss. Ja Rule didn't survive the loss. He fell all the way off like that little mountain man on The Price is Right.
He just
and it went over and
then they hit the little downturn.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm trying to tell you. So I don't know. Somebody in the chat says Ja is no icon. I'm just saying.
Depending on who you ask.
Well, I'm asking a New York person, so no wonder.
I'm going to hold it down for Ja Rule. I would say Ja Rule is
murder.
Top 15 icon in New York hip hop. But tying it back to the whole
All right, let's get the tiebreaker. Yeah. DJ Brother Z. Is Ja Rule, you the tiebreaker?
He probably can't name one song.
No, wait a minute. Hold on.
I don't know who Ja Rule is.
Oh, my
what?
God. Come on, see?
He don't know who Ja Rule is. See? He not an icon.
How?
He don't know. He a DJ.
He's spinning records. He should have one Ja Rule song in his rotation.
Every thug needs a lady.
Something.
I mean, I ain't saying he wasn't fire.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm just saying he got knocked out the box.
That is true.
Okay.
But is it really get back if you take my BM once we done? Is it really like, is that your evil plan? Like you think, hypothetically speaking, if it was Rick Ross, is that get back? 50 Cent don't seem to care about nobody and nothing nowadays. He'd be online trolling. He posted a Family Matters video with Diddy the other day. I don't know if you saw that.
But what I'm saying, he mad because Diddy took his son's mom and freaked her off. You know what I mean? Like that, I didn't even know this was going on. But what I'm saying, now I see why 50 Cent
is how he is.
It's the way he is.
Yeah, he don't mess with these industry cats,
right?
Because they'll go right behind your back as soon as y'all not in the studio and y'all not at this party or whatever hanging around. Somebody always trying to watch your pockets or trying to take your lady. So, but 50 Cent been going back and forth with this woman for like over 10 years now. Back when he was doing the ALS challenge with Floyd and everything. 50's one of the most pettiest people to ever live and walk the earth.
But he got some arch enemies in the game, and one of them is Rick Ross, and Rick Ross and Diddy is close. Actually, at one point, Rick Ross was trying to be like Biggie.
Yeah.
Puffy was trying to give him that Biggie gloss.
That's a lot of baby oil for Rick Ross.
Well, I mean, was he oiled up on one of the?
If he was
on some of those magazine covers.
Well, he be on stage dancing, getting jiggy. That might be his little thing. My participation in the freak off. He might be the extra.
Well, there was one guy that tried to shoot at Donald Trump, or he was a part of the freak offs, but he said some information. I don't know if it's true or not, but he said some disturbing facts about certain people that surrounded Diddy while he was a part of the freak offs, and then they ended up paying him to shut up.
Yeah, some of that was accurate because they paid him off. He signed the NDA and everything, so they tried to get rid of him as much as possible. So nothing he says is admissible in court now. But, I mean, again, if we're assuming this is Daphne Joy, she was talking about she was LeBron, Jordan, and Kobe. So she was having the time of her life at the freak off. This might be just her recounting her glory days.
And Diddy is still paying her rent.
Which is even crazier.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So
it ain't tricking if you ain't got it.
All right. So if you give somebody money and pay their bills, and they, in the end, they have to participate in some wild bedtime activities, is that human trafficking?
I'm gonna put it like this. We're gonna put it into a sports perspective. She was a very good role player. She surpassed her first contract, and so she got an extension. So she was hoping.
Did she come after Cassie?
It said, I think it was around the same time.
Because I think that when she saw the video of Cassie, everybody saw that.
The one in the hallway?
Yeah. She said that after that, Diddy was nice to her, a little bit more nicer to her.
She probably knew more than she let on. So she was like, hey, I'll pay, a little extra rent. You want a car, you want a Birkin, whatever you need. But like I said, she got a max extension. She said she was LeBron, Jordan, and Kobe, so she was hoping. She was out there scoring 30.
Wow.
Diddy was willing to cough up that check. He was being a GM, I guess. He was managing the team.
Wow.
I don't know if that's how we looking at it.
Oh, wow. All I'm saying
Nobody turning their back on the franchise.
All I'm saying is I'm looking for the human trafficking.
I'm looking for the smoking gun.
I'm looking for the racketeering.
Yeah. Drugs,
I don't know if they softening up everybody for something else. I'm not seeing those type of ideas.
To me, this is just like a Comedy Central skit at this point. There's nothing that, again, makes me feel as if he was this big, bad, intimidating man, forcing people to do this and that at his whim. There's no paper trail of crime and payouts and everything like that. It's just a whole lot of accusations and hearsay.
I think that this is a humiliation.
A humiliation ritual? I think so.
Well, not even a ritual. I think some people got upset because Diddy was trying to make certain moves, and they had to humble Diddy.
Yeah.
And they used the Cassie lawsuit. This seems like everything that was in the Cassie lawsuit that they went and tried to uncover, charged them with human trafficking and racketeering. And I thought that you were supposed to have certain evidence of these things
in order to bring it to light or bring it into a courtroom.
But I guess they just went ahead, did it, unless they got some extra stuff that we ain't seen yet, that they've been just softening up the jury right now with all of this. So when they bring out the real people to tie it in a bow.
Yeah, the key witnesses and everything like that.
Right. So maybe that ain't happened yet.
I'm not sure. The updates are crazy. Like, even Kanye pulled up today for some reason to support Diddy. So
he said the Illuminati trying to do stuff to Diddy.
Kanye thinks he's a prophet.
He said it's an Illuminati attack.
Maybe we need to listen to Kanye. Who knows?
Well, he been in the game now.
I'm saying he probably been out there.
He got access to more information than we'll ever have.
Which is a scary thing to do, a scary thing to know, to see. Again, I'm hoping that eventually we get some type of real clearance and real light. But otherwise, I'm just enjoying the comedy and the laughter that come out of it.
Not really. A city girl says they are draining Diddy's bank. This reputation and financial ruin. This is reputation and financial ruin.
Well, they froze his assets when he tried to fly out. I think he was trying to leave Florida and go somewhere to avoid being extradited a while ago. I don't know if they have a freeze on his assets now, currently. But I mean, and I can't imagine how much it costs, a day to retain Brian Steele, especially because he got Young Thug out of a RICO.
Right.
But
Smith Black says Jaguar Wright is the truth is the truth sayer, because she was talking about all of this stuff for years. Yeah. Now she looked like a celebrity prophet.
Prophet, Nostradamus, if you will.
She was talking about this years before this happened.
There was rumors about all of this stuff, though, 20, 15 years ago. But again, you couldn't put nothing together. All it takes is one person to be a whistleblower.
Right.
Because again, that video of them in the hallway happened almost, 4, 5, 6 years ago, a while ago, even longer, because she's been with Alex Fine for a while now. But the truth will come to light.
I can see Jaguar Wright revitalizing the psychic reading. Like Dionne Warwick.
Doing a palm reading?
Yeah, like when they used to call the 1-800 numbers and get the psychic on there. The Jaguar Wright psychic hotline.
How may I help you?
Get your private reading today. Right. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, this is the legendary Homer Blow, hoping you and your family will join me at the 31st annual Homer Blow birthday party for the kids on Saturday, June 28th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Fitzsimmons Boys and Girls Club at 3400 West North Avenue in Milwaukee. The celebration is for children 2 to 13 years old. Admission is absolutely free. For more information on being a sponsor for this great event, call 414-248-4954 or email the Homer Blow Foundation at gmail.com. And don't forget, we'll have Kool-Aid, the red kind.
Hey, Truth Nation, it's your girl DT from The Truth Unfiltered with DT and Dr. Ken Harris. Now listen, at a critical time, through the Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, Old National Bank provided the resources I needed to sustain my business. Now the process had its challenges, but I was supported, and it was also an invaluable learning experience for future ventures. I am so grateful for the support that helped my business thrive. Old National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to approval.
Hey there, did you hear? There are still spots open for Girl Scout Summer Camp 2025.
Whether you're into water activities, arts and crafts, sports and games, exploring nature, or even horseback riding, there's a camp just for you.
Choose from GSY's day camps, overnight camps, community day camps, or Camp Hero.
Bring a friend and get ready for a summer full of adventure, friendship, and leadership.
Register today and let's make this the best summer ever, Girl Scout style.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years from their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee. Their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Make your home safer. Get rid of unused household chemicals at MMSD Home Hazmat Drop-Off. It's free to visit a collection center. Get all the info you need at MMSD.com. Milwaukee County residents only, no businesses.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Batman Scoop, Crook Clan, Timberland. Batman Scoop, Crook Clan, Timberland. Whatever I say, y'all gotta do. Whatever I say, y'all gotta do. Whatever I say, y'all gotta do. Y'all too.
Oh, Lord, guess who's coming?
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show, DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos, Pop Culture Report with Glenn Pearce in studio.
What it do?
Glenn, Timberland officially signs his first AI artist, Tata, the AI pop, artificial pop singer.
He signed artificial intelligence?
He signed an AI artist, Tata.
Well, I wonder what the number breakdowns of the contract are, because
it ain't no contract. It's all
not
him.
A physical being, yeah.
It's his creation.
You know what's crazy though? I heard a snippet, and this is gonna sound crazy. A lot of people will feel away because AI obviously doesn't have authenticity. It's not actually someone going in there expressing.
You can't feel the vibration.
But the song that I heard was so good. I'm curious to see what a 12-song album or even an EP would look like from AI, like an artist. Because Sherwin just dropped his album as well. So,
what?
Yeah, Sherwin dropped a jazz album.
Really?
I forgot the name of it. I need to remember the name of it. But and his intro, he played a couple
Sherwin
intros. Hughes Views.
Really?
Yeah. I'm
from AI.
All AI. And I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's a beautiful thing that we're accepting technology.
Did we got any of this, DJ Brother Z?
You didn't hear this?
No, I didn't.
This happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He made a full intro.
Not hear this.
He made a full intro with AI and dropped a jazz album, all engineered through artificial intelligence.
Let me tell you something. Y'all better recognize that trying to get in the game, if this happens,
it's over.
It's no longer
over.
We probably looking at the last group of signed human artists.
Like real true.
Right.
Hey.
Because now I can just type in the details. I can make the songwriters work for AI.
But that's the crazy thing. You no manager, you don't got to worry about booking appearances, studio time, nothing. You could just literally wake up and say, I want to make a dance hall record today.
Right.
And type in and
right. And with Timberland knowing the intricate workings of the beat, all he got to do is tell AI more intricate details.
Specifics.
Because he's a part of that lifestyle of producing. Yeah. And he may get a dope beat out of it and get a songwriter there to write the lyrics. What if Missy writing for Tata? Ooh-wee.
But that's the thing.
You ain't going to be able to go to no concert, though.
No, I mean, you might, because they had the holograms and stuff like that.
So you telling me that now people going those big screens in the back?
People will pay money for just about anything. I think this is going to sound crazy.
Wow.
I think they could pack out an arena or somewhere like even at Summerfest on a small stage or something. You put a hologram up and let people go support the music. People will still tune in just because they just want to listen to it.
Hey, look, I'm going to put y'all up on game. Y'all better start y'all. Hey, y'all ain't got to have no talent now.
It might be too late.
Well, right now, if you come up with something dope, everybody going to listen to it.
Yeah.
Because you still got to program it.
That's true, yeah.
You still got to put your little creativity on it. You know what I mean? It just ain't going to just come off. You got to still hit, certain key buttons.
Yeah.
But I see commercials now where you can make your girlfriend a song off of AI, like put in things about her. And then AI will generate a song about your girl or him.
Now see, that's news to me.
Yeah, this is what I seen these advertisements on social media now.
That is crazy. But that's just the world that we live in. And again, we got to even talk about it now too. Like most of the artists that we see nowadays are being forced on us anyways. They say everybody's an industry plant. We really gonna have AI artists that are becoming or gonna become industry plants. Timberland is going to extend his career another 15, 20 years with this alone. He's already one of the best engineers that we've ever seen.
But then you're going to see all the other producers following suit.
This is crazy. Because
Kanye West, and all these other artists, they going to start
tapping in.
Because now you don't owe nobody. You ain't going to be in court for nothing. You got all control over the creativity and the royalties. You ain't got to worry about nothing right now.
Well, that's until your AI artist tells you they don't want to perform this song.
Oh, wow.
That might happen later. But that's
override the program.
Yeah, Ben could go down the rabbit hole on that one. We'll talk to Ben Jamin about that. But
do we got anything from this artist, DJ Brother Z?
No, I can't find anything.
Okay, so I guess it ain't out yet. Do we got any song from any AI artist that we can hear?
I wish. I want to know where Sherwin posted this album at. I need to figure out the name of it. But he made two or three intros, if I'm correct. I think he made 2 or 3 full intros and a jazz album, all with AI.
Well, it was not really a city girl in the chat said it was another AI rapper. It was an AI rapper like a while ago when it first started. It faded out because people gave it backlash. But it was like AI. Somebody said that they took their image and kind of used it. So I think that kind of put a dark spot on it.
Yeah, but I bet money if you brand it like anyone else, like if you were to put, I don't know, Drake or Kendrick Lamar's name on any of these AI-generated songs, people probably wouldn't know the difference. Obviously, there's a feel and like a voice and a cadence to it, but AI is getting so good that they can probably replicate anything that you would hear now on the radio or on your phone.
You can take a mainstream artist, put him back in his prime, where his voice was really at his prime, and then keep that going forever.
It's a whole nother world. It's crazy.
Oh, man. Wow. Well, Glenn, I appreciate you for coming through with the Pop Culture Report.
That.
Truth Nation, when we come back, we got guests. Have a fun, safe weekend, Glenn.
Appreciate you.
Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Truth Nation, please join us for the 54th annual Juneteenth celebration in Milwaukee on Thursday, June 19th. The Truth will be broadcasting live from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So don't miss out on your chance to celebrate with us with our live Juneteenth broadcast presented by Hope Christian Schools and Carroll University. 1017 The Truth celebration of Juneteenth is also brought to you by American Family Insurance, Associated Bank, Gruber Law Offices, Molson Coors, and Educators Credit Union.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Part of the Big Beautiful Bill brings new requirements for Medicaid recipients. Changes include requiring recipients to prove they have been working 80 hours per month. Healthcare professor Dr. Stacy B. Lee at Johns Hopkins University says this could make healthcare harder to access.
You know, I don't know about making America healthy again. We are setting up an infrastructure that will result in hospitals and clinics bearing the price tag for as long as they can to provide care without a federal safety or a state safety net.
If the bill passes, Dr. Lee says some people's primary care may only be found in emergency rooms. The legislation heads to the Senate next week. The Milwaukee Public School District is missing out on more than $40 million in state aid. According to a notice, the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction sent MPS earlier this month, the state is currently withholding $42 million from the district because of the late or missing financial reports. The state is also withholding $16 million in special education funding from 2024. DPI said it will release the funds to MPS when they turn in the required financial reports. The man convicted in a brutal sexual assault of a UW-Madison student will spend 3 decades behind bars. 28-year-old Brandon Thompson of Brooklyn pled guilty last year to first-degree sexual assault, first-degree reckless injury, and strangulation. Prosecutors say he randomly attacked and raped a woman in her 20s behind a home in downtown Madison in September 2023. The victim suffered a broken jaw and brain bleed and was placed into a medical-induced coma for days after the attack. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show this Friday. Hey, it's Father's Day weekend, and we got guests coming in. There's an event coming up this weekend for the fathers, so we'll have them coming up in this hour. But before we get to that, I want to talk about these Milwaukee teachers protest the superintendent's plan to reassign staff. Teachers at Riverside University High School in Milwaukee walked out and protest against the superintendent and the plan to reassign some front office staff to classrooms. This is something that we've been trying to discuss because I say you got to shake things up. And when you see people, they don't want to change, sometimes, you know, they get out here and try to protest, but I think change is good. I like this superintendent. She's shaking things up. I don't know fully where this is going to go, but as of right now, I'm not seeing the status quo where somebody gets in there, they don't move things around to make adjustments. They just continue what's already going on. I like the idea that she's trying to shake things up, but once again, here we go. They had protesting. The teachers at Riverside University High School walked out in protest, DJ Brother Z. We got video as we broadcast live on social media on YouTube. Let's listen.
Rising at Milwaukee Public Schools over the new superintendent's decision to send some front office staff back to the classroom. 12 News Kendall Keys tonight talks with the teacher and with the walkout from teachers and the superintendent's response.
Riverside University High School teachers walking out Tuesday, shoulder to shoulder with the teachers union.
Superintendent Caselius isn't shaking up central office. She's destabilizing our schools.
Signs calling for Superintendent Dr. Brenda Caselius to be fired in protest of her plan to ease a teacher shortage.
91% of our students are not reading on grade level. I don't think we can continue to do the status quo at Milwaukee Public Schools.
Caselius says her plan would shrink front office staff, telling 181 central office teachers to reapply for their jobs. Only 140 positions will remain there. Caselius says the 40 remaining teachers would go back to the classrooms.
Some of the teachers here at district office are our best trained, our most experienced, and our best teachers. And I just think our children deserve them.
But the teachers union president says the move impacts specialized teachers like vision or special education teachers who go from school to school, working with the district's most vulnerable students.
If they are pulled or we lose this staff, students will be harmed.
I know that a number of the teachers really are saying we're in classrooms, you know, we're serving children, we're out at schools. This is true. And yet, we still don't have 184 positions filled.
Caselius is saying her number one priority is addressing those empty positions. Protesters say her plan could affect recruitment.
Would you want to start a job and know that you could be cut after you sign a contract?
Hey, hold on, wait a minute. Look, when you see things being shaken up, you got to let the superintendent, implement their vision. And if you sitting around that been doing the same thing over and over again, we not getting nowhere. Don't try to, talk about the kids at this point, because that's how they got the last thing off the referendum, what was best for the kids. And we seen what happened after that. You seen what happened. So at first I was skeptical. Of the superintendent. I thought she was just going to fall in line and not really try to break the system. But, hey, I'm with this. MPS have been, having issues for a long time. Let her cook. Let this woman cook. I'm not saying people ain't going to be shuffled around. It's going to be some discrepancies. But what I'm saying is I'd rather see what she's trying to do right now because she's shaking things up. I'd rather see what her plan is, because what's going on right now, what's been going on, it can't continue. That's all I'm saying. It cannot continue. And let her cook. I'm saying, let's see. But we got some people want to respond to this. We got some people calling in, Truth Nation. Miss Carolyn, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in. How you doing, Miss Carolyn? Miss Carolyn. All right, I guess we're going to try to see if we can maybe get her back. But Miss Nikki is on the lines as well. Miss Nikki, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Hey, Tory, how you doing?
How you doing, Miss Nikki?
I'm doing great, and thank you so much for taking my call. I am so happy you're talking about this situation. Tory, I don't know if you remember me. I was one of the individuals that was helping with the school board recall.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I do remember.
My thing, yes, sir. So my thing is, how come every time somebody try to address what's going on with NPS, they are fought with such resistance? This is the first time, at least, somebody's attempted to do something. They're trying to do something. And here we go again saying, okay, it's gonna impact recruitment. No, I'm listening to you on the radio, but I'm not watching it on YouTube. So I'm very interested to see the ethnicity of those who are protesting or who they associated with. Give her an opportunity. If I'm not mistaken, at least she came to the radio station and tried to talk to us, right, to the public, and say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. I don't remember the previous superintendent doing that. Do you?
He came on the truth, but it wasn't it was to me it was word salad.
Yeah, exactly. She's trying to do something. So why is it? I'm wondering. I'm like, what is it that every time somebody try to correct it, especially because we know who's being impacted. It's our kids. It's the black kids. All the kids are being impacted to some capacity, but our kids are suffering the most. So whenever we try to step up to address the issues that's happening with our kids and NPS, it is met with such resistance, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why. So they need to give her an opportunity to try something out. Give her an opportunity to make some changes before we try to say go ahead and fire her. Because it seems like these same individuals are okay with somebody doing nothing, but they're not okay with somebody doing something.
Hey, look, I'm with it. This is what we need. And it's not, NPS is already difficult. It's already got problems. The test score is already in the trash. Already in the trash. So here comes somebody that's trying to shake things up, and then they want to get her fired. They want things to stay the same. They want it to stay. They fighting for it to stay the same for their convenience. But they gonna throw out messaging. Oh, the kids. Something going on with the kids. No, they already ain't passing the test. The worst test scores in the country. Stop it. That's how y'all got that referendum money. That's how, the kids need the resources. But you can't fill out the paperwork. We missing money right now. Because they can't fill out the paperwork. The kids are going to suffer. They already suffering, DJ Brother Z. Let her cook. I'm with the new superintendent. I'm with it because we got to shake something. Some got to shake. Every time you hear these press conferences, and when they want to get their way, they always put the kids in the front. There's kids that need certain classes. Okay. What their grades is looking like. What improvement, come on now. We already know what time it is. It's been like that for years. We gotta break the concrete on NPS. That's just my opinion. I was skeptical. I was skeptical. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm one of the biggest critics of this new superintendent because I went up there to try to get rid of the old. So, I look, I'm surprised that she's shaking it up. Hey, is Miss Carolyn back on the lines, DJ Brothers? Miss Carolyn.
Yes.
You on the new 101.7 The Truth? Tap in.
Hi, how you doing, Tory?
Blessings, Queen.
I've been following this story and stuff and all the stuff that 101 be talking about. And this is my question and stuff. Why are you starting with Riverside? Why aren't you starting with the worst schools, which are the ones on the other side of town? Because Riverside, my oldest went there. I don't never remember them having like a learning problem because she came out, she did good and whatever. But here's my thing: you want to shake up the front office, right?
Right.
Me personally, I'm not there to teach children, and then I work at the front office, for example, and you say, "Oh, I'm going to shake it up, and put you back in the classroom." I'm going to quit, and I've done that before, where all of a sudden you tell me, "Oh, I'm going to go back in the classroom." I went to get more education to get out of the classroom because I knew that was not my gig. And so maybe the front office people are pushing back because that might have been their case, where they went and got education because they did not want to be in the classroom. And so for you to say, "Oh, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to shake it up and I'm going to put some of y'all back in the classroom and stuff," they got out the classroom for a reason. So that needs to be looked at too. And for shaking up, I feel like this: you need to shake up at that administrative office. Shake them people up first before you go out in the field trying to shake people up.
Well,
I
agree.
Said, y'all can't even put your budget in on time.
I agree that some shaking up got to be shook. But I think that if she just targeting certain ideas, maybe you seeing things from a perception of, okay, why this school? Why not some of the schools over here that's underperforming, right? That's what you said.
Exactly. Yeah, start with that. And like I said, first start with your administrative staff in the Board of Education. Shake them up. Put them in the classroom. How about that? Because I'm pretty sure some of them got some teaching degrees. Go tell them, since you can't do your accounting right or you can't do this right, then I'm going to shake it up and move you around too. Don't just start with the little. Don't start with the little people. Start with the people who created the problem.
You ain't
Fire them, shake them up.
You ain't wrong. But, hey, it's some shaking going on. This is a lot of agitation that I ain't witnessed before. Let's get White Widow before we run the break. White Widow, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Hey, afternoon, Tory. Have a great weekend. Yeah, you know what? She's got my vote. Once again, we see the Democrats and this teachers union, and we know about this president who at the school board meetings, I don't know who she thinks she is, she sashayed in for her question and sashayed out of that room on 51st when we were there. She didn't even stay there, number one. Number two, we don't need to fight for people to have remote work. You go to the classroom, you go to the school, you punch in. Oh, but we go to this school, we go to that school. No, you go to a school, you punch in, you get your 8 hours. I am done with us getting part-time work from these people getting paid full-time. This is obscene to consider that these people should be still working remote, but this is also Evers. They've been pushing this, stay home. Lord, Tory, I got videos, but I'm not going to get it out right. No one's back to work still. State, federal, okay, I don't care about that. But as far as Cecilius, she's got my vote. In the last month and a half between OSHA, between the Milwaukee Health Department and the school board, I do a lot of things on the back end, and I come to you at the end. So they have been very wonderful to be working on this lead abatement initiative, so that when we're ready for these kids to come back in August, preventative measures are taken and consideration for the safety and health, because you know what? I don't care if you sue the school 5 years from now because you have a disabled child or you had a miscarriage. I don't care. You can't get your money out of health and safety.
All right. Hey, look, I appreciate you for tapping in. I appreciate everybody's reaction to what's going on with MPS, but something got to happen. Some got to shake. As long as it's shaking, hey, I'm shocked that, that I'm seeing this type of activity. Let's see what happens. We're going to try to keep everybody updated. When we come back, we got guests, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Make sure to check out The Truth this Saturday at 11 a.m. for another episode of More Than a Movement, powered by Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin. Me, your girl Noni Juice, will be joined by Sarah Noble, principal partner at B Noble Group, and Senator Dora Drake, who represents the 4th Senate District. We will be exploring the devastating impact of the potential Medicaid cuts. So again, that is More Than a Movement, powered by Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin, this Saturday at 11 a.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
What if you could ask a question that leads to cleaner water, discover aspects of the far reaches of space, or journey deep into data to improve healthcare? Researchers at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee ask questions, find answers, and add to our understanding every day. Progress starts with the question. It starts at UWM, the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When it's time to upgrade your windows and doors, wouldn't you like to work with the best? But maybe you're thinking in these volatile times, I don't want to spend a fortune. Well, Pella, the best in the industry, has a product line for every budget. And right now, you can get no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. And if the plan is to wait, guess what? You can get it now and wait to start making payments up to 2 years. Pella truly believes that quality windows and doors don't have to be expensive. With a range of affordable options and products assembled in the U.S., you can get the look you want at a price you can afford. And with Pella's free in-home consultation, no obligation quote, and range of available financing, getting new windows and doors from Pella is easier than you think. Certain restrictions apply. Ends June 30th of 2025. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
And I'm so fresh, I know she want me. Bake on mom. This day catch it up and hop out, walk it down. Then I sweating like that top. Wipe me down. I got that guap, they get you popped and leave you found. I just came through. It ain't hard to tell that I got money. I just came through. Like, don't tell me nothing, I come from Name. Roll that cost up.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. We got guests. We got the Father's Day all-white men's concert.
Yes.
We got Rodney Poe in studio.
Yes, sir.
And we got artist Miguel Caesar in
What's up,
studio.
Milwaukee? How y'all doing?
Hey, it's Father's Day weekend.
Man, don't it feel good?
Hey.
It feel good.
I like it when they call me Big Pop. You feel me?
Not Big Daddy.
Hey, Big Pop. I need to have some swag on it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They calling everybody Daddy now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Big Papa. Big Father.
Hey, right. Ain't no telling who was called Daddy before they got there. I'm Big Pop.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I'm just messing with you. But like I said, we got this event coming up for Father's Day. It's looking powerful, Rodney.
Well, we be trying, man. Trying to do something at least once or twice a year. And this is one of those things where it kind of landed in my lap where shout out to New Restoration and the great Pastor Wesley Carter over there, who's a great friend of mine. It was time. He wanted to do something. And, I'm not burned out on the clubs or those type of venues. But I do like to extend my hand in something that I've known for all of my life, and that's the church setting. And so I'm just giving back, man. And then it's Father's Day, it's no better place to have fathers in a position to where they can be entertained and, possibly give their life over, to the Lord, man. Find Jesus. Yeah, so we're doing it at New Restoration Church. Starts at 4 p.m. We got a slew of artists lined up, some dope artists, talented men. Yeah.
And why is it important to acknowledge the fathers and have an event like this? Because we was just talking the other day, what gift do you give a father for Father's Day? Because, we get the tools, we get the socks, we get the underwear.
True gratitude.
We might get the barbecue,
Right.
But, what do fathers want?
Man, fathers want to be loved,
Yes.
man. Just like kids want attention, fathers want attention too. I mean, we're the protectors, and we spend so much energy protecting and providing. And sometimes, just to be honest, I'll speak up for the father. Sometimes we feel a little cheated.
After we look at Mother's Day, looking like they about to go out to the BET Awards,
no slight on mothers. I love you,
we
mothers.
love it, but
I love the mothers. I don't want
we want some
get back.
We want some reciprocity.
Yeah,
we want
just a little,
just
light.
a little something.
A little light. So this is one of those things we're aiming to highlight the evening, and that's why we've asked people to wear majority white. You don't have to wear everything white. Again, the white is just a outer. Just an outer statement saying that you are in agreement with, the things that we're pushing forward. Men being head of the house, men being present in the church, men being present in the community.
All right.
And I think that white is a good introduction. We love that color.
Plus, it was these negative statistics saying that men wasn't in the house. But then Oprah Winfrey came out and said that was a lie.
Yeah.
That men more now than ever are participating in their children's lives, and that was kind of like a myth.
Yeah. And then we have those moments where the men, we throw on our black suits and come together. But just that white, it just does something to it because, you always hear a bad energy, bad stigma come with the man, boogeyman, all these things are, anytime something happens, they like, what did he do? It's kind of almost, the man is almost to blame first. And I think that, we need a little light.
Especially when it's a breakup.
Yeah, well, that too. That too.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
But I think that having positive events, many times we just want to chill out and relax. I always tell people, our list really ain't that long.
It ain't.
It's really not that long for things that we need to function.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of men sometimes feel like they're struggling with just the basics. The respect,
there it is.
The order, the leadership, the resistance of discipline that they try to implement within their family, So I think a lot of men, what I'm seeing is they're starting to lash out because they're saying, hey, I'm trying to guide this family and I'm getting a lot of pushback on my leadership. You know what I mean? It's looked at as narcissism or it's looked at as controlling, many times. And I'm not saying that there are some people out there that are misleading things, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about overall the ideal of a man taking charge many times, or they'll push back or, hey, I want to live life my way.
Yeah.
But then we're saying if you want our protection, you got to go by the order, you know what I mean? So sometimes when you jump out of the order, it's going to be hard for me to use my protection and my skills to defend.
Yeah, it's the order is important. I mean, the Bible clearly states, that the man is the head of the house, and it says that for a reason. It's not to minimize the role as the mom. We all know the nurturing role that the mom has, the big role that mom has. You can't minimize that, but the father's role, which is kind of being swept up under the rug, needs to be highlighted. And we only can get better.
And it's important. The roles are equally important to the development
for the child.
Of the child.
Yes. That's what's the most important. It's like, we've had our rusty parenting coming up, whether it was given to us by our parents or whether we, gave out some not so solid advice or parenting coming up, and we have to learn, to get better. But when you know better, you do better.
Right.
And so I just think that, again, it's a good time to highlight. I mean, the men are the head, and we're the head in the community as well. And it's time for us to speak up and not just be so comfortable with sitting back and laying back. We have work to do. It's a lot of work for us to do, and we have to call each other out. And this is one of those moments where, just seeing us together, getting those pictures and networking and being able to be entertained and get your heart open to a good word being dropped on you, I think it's going to be a powerful night.
Miguel
How
Caesar, you
you
are
doing?
a talented artist. I came to see you perform at the R&B night.
Thank you.
Powerful.
Thank you, sir.
Powerful.
Thank you, sir.
Is this more going to be a spiritual, gospel type thing for you, or is this a more of your lane of just expressing your original artwork?
I mean, pretty much we all come from gospel, coming up. So, by it being Father's Day, it's kind of like, what a great day, right? To kind of, if any day, right? To kind of show, a good teaching.
Right.
Because, it all comes from when being taught. Everything that we do, we learn it, we get it taught to us, and we execute it, right? So, shout out to the fathers that taught me how to be a man too, right?
Right.
I come from a lot of step pops, so
hey,
I want to say
shout out to the stepfather.
Oh yeah,
Shout
definitely.
out.
Step pops matter.
Hey, come on now.
So
That's a whole nother look, we gonna have to get restart this
So-
conversation if we got to bring up the stepdad.
But just as a summary,
that's
I just want to say,
day, that's powerful.
Respectable leadership. You know what I'm saying is one thing that we as step kids respect. You know what I'm saying? When those step pop come in, it ain't got to be perfect, but as long as it's respectable and the leadership is, seeable, we can actually live with it. So,
And I'll say this, because over my tenure, I've taken on children that was not mine.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, hey, like, I needed somebody to do me like that. I needed somebody to come along and be like, hey, I'm gonna teach you some principles. You may not have your dad around, but I'm going to show you.
Oh yeah.
How to do this.
It takes a village.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you,
It takes a village.
I'm gonna tell you, coming from that environment is definitely a struggle when you're trying to execute it too. Being older like I am, so I've been a step pop for a long time. So I mean, it's nothing different than being a real pop. You just have to invest more, to break more barriers.
And I'll say this, the thing is, the discipline, no matter where it comes from, it's going to help that child.
If it's genuine.
Because, that's what I'm saying. And I'm hoping that we're all talking about genuine
Now
discipline.
we are, yes.
Because I don't know what that other stuff is. Because of, the abuse, that's a whole thing when it comes to discipline. People always relate that to abuse, to deflect that they actually need to discipline. Because a lot of cats didn't have no discipline in the street, but when they went to jail,
they found it.
They up at 6 o'clock in the morning fixing their bed, and they standing at attention. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All of a sudden in the system. So that's why it's important to have a father around, so you don't have to get that discipline from getting out here.
Oh yeah.
And tricking yourself out your freedom. You know what I mean?
Go.
So,
and for me, discipline is it's gone so far from the belt, right? From chastening, from really the way we grew up, because we got to think of how we grew up. We grew up from parents that were born in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, and we know what those times were like, earlier. So they come off of that. But the beauty in raising a child, for me, is being able to use your words and getting the response that you want. Sometimes being impulsive or emotional ourselves, we can inflict pain a different way. and we're still dealing with pain ourselves. I just think that getting an understanding to why I shouldn't do X, Y, and Z, or why my child shouldn't do X, Y, and Z, giving them an understanding with my words is the best example I've been able to give them.
That's real.
And I don't believe in whooping your child, and I think that's one of the best things that the system could have implemented is stopping, parents, from whooping your child, but because it was just taken out of
spare the rod, sport a child.
Sport a child, but
you talking biblical now.
No, it is biblical,
but the Bible don't say.
The Bible says
do not provoke your. No, do not provoke your child into wrath.
Yeah, I mean,
do not be out of pocket.
A lot of times, if that's the case, spare the rod, sport a child. If that was just so evident, where every time something happened you have to whoop them, then we
I don't think the interpretation is that. I think that many times what they're saying is that make sure that you have stern discipline.
Yeah, your
and
rod
I think
can
that
be your words.
Yeah, the stern discipline, because with my son, I just made him do push-ups, sit-ups, and take him to the track, run a mile, and he became a beast in sports, off of the discipline.
Yeah.
We became Maurice the Beast after.
We'll take a scripture
after a while,
literal content, and just take it all out of content and say, okay, spare the rod, then we'll actually go get a rod.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
a real rod.
That's called comprehension. You got to have comprehension skills.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to have interpretation skills. A lot of people got to work on that.
Yeah.
I'll say this. It was a scripture in the Bible that they kept making fun of because people would use it because they didn't want to exercise. And they said it was a bodily exercise profit little. It was a scripture that said that.
Wow, I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a scripture in there. But what people used to do was say that, because people were like, you need to work out. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is you can interpret every scripture 100 different ways.
Okay.
But you got to have the wisdom and understanding from the Spirit to even interpret the Bible, first of all.
Yeah,
there you go.
Okay, so you got to ask God for that too. You say God give it freely. You got to ask God for that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, when you're talking about fatherhood, leadership, discipline, order, divine order, man, woman, and child, you know what I mean?
Right.
So these are things that when there's brokenness in that order, then you get a kind of disorder out here.
Right.
And so what we're seeing is a lot of this disorder happening, and people are like, oh, it's the parents. We got to get it under control. But when you got the system
in the middle
of it, and trying to
instigating it,
get in between what the natural order that should be done, then you get people saying, okay, it's okay not to do X, Y, and Z, when really now we have a problem out here where there's a lot of children running around, a lot of things that we don't like to see. But then there's a lot of olders.
Right.
I'll call them olders, not elders.
Right.
That's out here acting just as crazy as the young people.
They want to be the homies.
Yeah.
That's all. They just want to be the homies.
And again, just not using their words, right? The power, words have power. And that's where, again, I use the example instead of us trying to chastise the so-called YNs or the younger brothers. Of course, we don't do that, but we have to use our words. We have to be bold enough to have that conversation with them. We have to be bold enough to redirect them and look them in the eye and stand firm. But a lot of us,
let it sweep up.
Well, a lot of people, not me. I have to be careful what I say because I do execute this and practice. But a lot of people they shy away from that responsibility. That is a responsibility. As you get older, you cannot just say, okay, I'm gonna tuck my tail. I'm not gonna. You have to speak, and you'll be surprised at how many people will respond to your words. They just know, you're not going to say anything. So it's just like, you're not going to say anything. I'm going to keep going as far as I can go. We all know how kids are. But, yes, the voice is important. The presence is important. And, again, when I speak about black men or when I speak about the fathers, it is in no way to minimize the role of the mother. But we know what men have went through.
And we need to talk about it because this is a portion of our community that seems to be not really truly defined anymore. Like when we was coming up, Granddaddy came in, he had the big chair.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Big old mason cup of ice glass.
And now,
water,
you'll walk into some homes and you don't see the balance.
Yeah. And not that everybody had to look like the overall.
Yeah, it don't have to look like that.
Great granddaddy.
But you got to find a way to
grandfather should be cool.
some
look
of
at
that
it in its own
implemented.
way. But there's a balance. You have to, and it's all about, your responsibility. You know what you need to do. You need to do it.
Hey, look, well, when we come back, I want to talk about what should we expect from the event, the talent, I love the talent. Yeah. I love the talent, Rodney.
Always.
When we come out, we going to come out to events. We got to hear what the talent, we got to know what it is.
Do we show up and show out every time?
Hey, come on now, you already know. That's why you sitting up here. I already know. I ain't going to put nobody up here that ain't going to show up and show out now.
Yes, sir.
But when we come back, I want to hear what is going to be on display at this Father's Day event. Hey, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ready to join the fun? With Girl Scouts extended year membership from Girl Scouts,
you can sign up by June 30th and get up to 18 months of adventure through September 30th, 2026.
Girls starting kindergarten or first grade in 2025 will also receive 3 Get Ready with Girl Scouts activity books,
featuring games, crafts, and stories the whole family will love, for free. Plus, you'll even get a special gift from the Girl Scouts. Join today and get ready to grow, explore, and shine with Girl Scouts.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. Jacob Mizorowski shined in his Major League debut as the Milwaukee Brewers beat the St. Louis Cardinals in Game 1 of their 4-game series. This one by a final score of 6-0. Mizorowski went 5 innings and did not allow a single hit. He would exit in that 6th inning due to cramping issues, however. And with the win, though, the Brewers do improve to 37-33. And some breaking news for your Milwaukee Brewers. Aaron Savali getting his wish, being traded to the White Sox after the Milwaukee Brewers attempted to move him to the bullpen. The Brewers send off Savali and they acquire first baseman Andrew Vaughn from the Chicago White Sox. That's according to ESPN's Jesse Rogers. And lastly, over to the NBA, where Game 4 of the NBA Finals is set to tip off in Indiana. The Pacers holding a 2-1 game lead over the Thunder. That tip-off is set for 7:30. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the 1s and 2s. We got Rodney Poe. We got Miguel Caesar in studio. We got this Father's Day event coming up. Rodney Poe, It's looking powerful. Father's Day, all white men's concert. Where is this going to be located, and how can people get involved?
It's located at New Restoration Church. It's on 114th and Mill Road. I get the exact numeric address in just a second, but it is open to the public. Children are admitted free. There is a $20 entry. There are, I guess, 8 different artists that are performing, as well as the brother D-Rock will be there.
Shout out to D-Rock.
Doing some comedy. No, he's doing some comedy.
Okay, that's what's up.
In the
D-Rock.
church. Yeah. So it's a good
time.
Good switch up.
It's a good
to
time,
see
man.
D-Rock in the church. I haven't seen D-Rock in the church, but I know D-Rock is very capable of handling, different type of events. So I'm excited to see that. But, we have, great people that have been performing and working in the gospel genre for for a long time, consistently longer than I've been doing it. But so shout out to A. Sanford, shout out to Terry Harris, shout out to Jermaine Rideout, in studio Miguel Caesar,
and Graphic Kings.
Did I say Jermaine Rideout?
Oh yeah.
Leandre Poe, my nephew Leandre Poe. Shout out Leandre Poe. Did I say Pastor Terry Harris?
Oh yeah.
Pastor Terry Harris would be there performing, and so yeah, we got some other New Restoration Praise Ensemble will be there, and so I will be performing with the group Engrafted Kings, and this group is a special group to me. It's a family that I started out with when I was a kid before I ever sung an R&B lyric in my life.
You started out with
I started out with this group.
Okay, that's what's up.
But we weren't called Engrafted Kings. We were just called Gospel Family Tree back then because we're all first cousins.
I could tell by the way you sing it. It had the soul ties on it.
Yeah.
You got the spiritual vibrandos in it.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing, man. Is and that's why if you listen to my music, I try not to go too far from where I started.
From the love.
Yeah, love is always
right.
Love will make the seasons change. It will brighten up your day. Put a smile upon your face. You receive if you believe in love. It's patient, love is kind. Love is peaceful, love's divine. It will stand the test of time. Open your eyes and you will see there's love. There's nothing to compare. Love is faithful, love is fair. That's scripture, ain't it?
Hey.
And when you hearing all that,
sounded powerful.
And we know that love is who?
Hey, God is love.
There you go.
God is love. God is love. Yeah.
So be careful with what you dance to because there's some medicine in the music. Always some medicine in my music. I'm always referencing God and family and cleaning up kind of what I messed up. That's when you hear songs like Ghetto and things like that. But yeah, but love, God is always near and present in my music. So yeah.
We got something going on in the chat with Kawanda Duke says, ain't no step in step parents. It's just a parent who stepped up because I know some wonderful step-up people who aren't parents of their own.
Okay.
We'll take that. You can't argue that.
That sounding powerful.
Hey,
oh, yeah.
Get that man his flowers.
There you go.
Get that woman her flowers.
I'm a stepper-upper. Shout out to you, Miss Lady.
Yeah,
I appreciate
my wife
that. I appreciate that so much.
That's what I'm talking about. Like I said, anybody that can assume the role in a child's life, and even if they're not the biological, they should get the same respect because they're taking up a space that maybe they probably didn't have to. It wasn't their doing, but they have accepted the responsibility for that child, and that's a blessing. That in itself, if a person can do things like that, look beyond the circumstances and say, this is my child.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's a lot of respect right there. And like I said, those children are blessed.
And the child will know too.
They
the
are
child will
blessed.
definitely let you know what position you play. I mean, you can play it in front of social media and pictures and all that, but the time and the relationship that you have with that child, they'll let you know how far your steps are.
Right. And that's why I say, like, you know, I was trying to tell somebody, I said, ain't no blueprint. Ain't no blueprint to life.
Right.
Only thing you can do is live and grow as you go. Because if somebody came and said, this is the for sure way to do some things, they're lying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, only thing you can do is mature with life as you go on. Add certain ideas and concepts to your life and apply. You know what I mean? Because everybody has their own perception from where they came from what they had to deal with. So if you had two parents, I always tell people, if you grew up with two parents, I can't relate to that.
That's real.
I had my grandma, you know, and in and out granddad. But what I'm saying is, but I didn't stop myself from being a father. You know, I was, you know, you have to apply things, concepts, principles
to what you
nor did you stop
to your
yourself
life
from landing that two-parent situation.
Right.
You just because you didn't come from that, you didn't say, well, I'm not going to
do it. No, you got to, that's why I say you got to mature, you know.
I agree.
We went to North Division, you know, like I said. I mean, I'll tell you.
Almost went to North.
At that time when I was going to North Division, they said the North Division was one of the worst high schools to go to. But I told people, like, no, like, I saw North Division as my community. I grew up in the area. So when I left school, I was walking down the street. I knew everybody. I was, hey, how y'all doing? So I didn't see that.
Right.
Other than when I saw that when we got to senior year, it went from 300 and some students to 55 people graduating. And, you know, so then I started to see that, okay, well, maybe that was some things going on, right? Yeah. But it was the community, because even if they got kicked out of school, I seen them at the McDonald's down the street. So it ain't like I couldn't, but we didn't know certain things, so we have to grow.
Yeah.
Hey,
man, parenting it's a unique, and you know, your child is always going to be your child. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how old they get, how much older you get. You're still going to be a parent, which means parenting doesn't stop when a child is 18, 21.
They're going to always
30.
need your advice.
Always need your advice. So you should always be in a learning capacity to help your child or show your child something new.
Well, when we come back, look, I need to get some talent. I need some vocals, Miguel Caesar.
Ain't nothing wrong.
You got some vocals for a little sample?
We got you.
Hey, look, we're going to sample some of this talent up here in the studio today. We got Rodney Poe, we got Miguel Caesar in studio. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, Truth fam. This is your girl, Melanie Ricks, and I want to remind you to tune into Nothing But the Truth digital show with me, Melanie Ricks, presented by Visit Milwaukee. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., a new episode drops on the 1017 The Truth YouTube page. And since it is on YouTube, I hold nothing back. I give you all my hot takes on celebrity gossip and give you the tea on relationships that you don't want to miss. Subscribe to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you never miss Nothing But the Truth digital show, dropping every Wednesday at 6 p.m., presented by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
It's party time at Cousins Subs. For a limited time only, Cousins 2-foot party subs are back.
Choose from the club, ham and provolone, Italian special, or turkey. Each party sub is just $39.99. Feeds 5 to 8 people and requires 24-hour notice to order. And now you can complete your party by adding a party chip bag and a dozen chocolate chip cookies for just $4.99. Order today in store, online, or on the app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Make your home safer. Get rid of unused household chemicals at MMSD Home Hazmat Drop-Off. It's free to visit a collection center. Get all the info you need at MMSD.com. Milwaukee County residents only, no businesses.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We'll make the seasons change. We'll brighten up your day. Put a smile upon your face. You receive if you believe in love. It's patient.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show, DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Father's Day all white men's concert, June 15th. Time 4 p.m. Hey, look, address 11248 West Mill Road.
Yes.
Look, it's looking powerful right now.
Yeah. Beautiful night. Beautiful day. Beautiful time.
Is it gonna be food there?
Ooh, well,
Are we gonna be eating some barbecue?
I wouldn't
or
say
something?
it's gonna be food there. It's gonna be a different type of food.
Okay.
but
Food
no,
for the soul.
No, yeah.
I mean, I understand that, but
yeah, nothing for you.
you know how we do. You know, we want to
Fellowship.
right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
we want to plate.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just-
mean, you never know though.
Hey.
You just never know. It just keeps growing and expanding.
Right.
You never know. You might can get something.
Hey,
Huh?
the talent is definitely in the building.
The talent is in the building, man.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, one that I'm so happy for, particularly, is my nephew. This is one that's been shy, kind of, growing up watching me. This is my sister's son, my baby sister's son, Leandre Poe. Shout out to my nephew.
Hey.
But he has he has incredible talent, and just the the way he's able to produce records right now is amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, let me tell you something. We got Leandre on the lines. We got Pastor Carter on the lines.
Yeah, let's get them in.
Let's bring them in. How y'all doing?
Doing good. How y'all doing?
Hey, it's powerful. Hey, it's a great event coming up, and I'll tell you this because I heard that Leandre got some pipes on him. He can sing. He can sing.
He's anointed.
He's got the gift.
I heard that he gonna bring the roof down. He can bring the house down.
He's gonna bring it down. He's gonna do his thing. He's definitely gonna do his thing.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's got like I say, he's got a powerful record. He's got a few records that are getting some rotation right now.
Well, we near the top of the hour, so when we come back at the top of the hour, I want to hear the magic. I want to hear, all this talking. I feel it. I can hear it. I can see the fight promotion. I can see the two boxers staring at each other. But I need to sample some of this talent now
You
on
can
the
sample.
show.
Come on now.
We just want to sample.
You can sample. You can get a sample.
Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we got art in the building. I want to see some paintings on the wall. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe. Truth Nation. Unfortunately, violence is on the rise in Milwaukee, and this is a problem which impacts us all. Please join me and the Truth Team on Saturday, July 12th from 9 a.m. to noon for our third annual Walk Against Violence, supported by 1MKE. Enough is enough. Now it's time to bring an end to senseless violence in our community. To join our Walk Against Violence on Saturday, July 12th, visit truthwalkagainstviolence.com to sign up today.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. Go behind the scenes of the Emmy-nominated Giannis documentary. Get the real story of the blockbuster trade for Damian Lillard. Hear the origin of Bucks in 6. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Tired of hearing no from other banks? No to a loan? No to a checking account? Just no? At Brewery Credit Union, they find ways to say yes. Yes to second chances. Yes to rebuilding credit. Yes to helping you save, borrow, and thrive. Work with your credit specialist and move your financial life forward. Brewery Credit Union, Milwaukee's best place to borrow and save. Visit brewerycu.com. That is brewerycu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ready for more fun? More friendships? More adventures?
It is time to become a Girl Scout.
Explore the outdoors, meet forever friends, and make a difference in your community. Sign up for our extended year membership today. Girls can join for $98 and adults for $42. Start in April and enjoy up to 5 extra months of fun. The extended year membership is April 1st, 2025 to September 30th, 2026, followed by a regular membership year. So what are you waiting for?
Join us and be a Girl Scout.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us. But, try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Part of the Big Beautiful Bill brings new requirements for Medicaid recipients. Changes include requiring recipients to prove they have been working 80 hours per month. Healthcare professor Dr. Stacy B. Lee at Johns Hopkins University says this could make healthcare harder to access.
I don't know about making America healthy again. We are setting up an infrastructure that will result in hospitals and clinics bearing the price tag for as long as they can to provide care without a federal safety or a state safety net.
If the bill passes, Dr. Lee says some people's primary care may only be found in emergency rooms. The legislation heads to the Senate next week. The Milwaukee Public School District is missing out on more than $40 million in state aid. According to a notice the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction sent MPS earlier this month, the state is currently withholding $42 million from the district because of the late or missing financial reports. The state is also withholding $16 million in special education funding from 2024. DPI said it will release the funds to MPS when they turn in the required financial reports. The man convicted in a brutal sexual assault of a UW-Madison student will spend 3 decades behind bars. 28-year-old Brandon Thompson of Brooklyn pled guilty last year to first-degree sexual assault, first-degree reckless injury, and strangulation. Prosecutors say he randomly attacked and raped a woman in her 20s behind a home in downtown Madison in September 2023. The victim suffered a broken jaw and brain bleed and was placed into a medical-induced coma for days after the attack. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Wavy boy, go crazy.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And we got powerful guests, powerful talent in the building. We got Rodney Poe, artist Rodney Poe.
Hey.
In the studio. We got this event coming up for Father's Day, and it's looking powerful. It's got a lot of talent to it.
Got a lot of talent, man. I hear that Terry Harris, Pastor Terry Harris, just got a text from him. He said he's ready, fired up. He's ready to come in and do his thing. Shout out to the Harris family. Such a talented family. I was privileged to work with his son as well, Terry Harris Jr. So, talented family. I look forward to hearing him. But, yeah, man.
We got Pastor Carter on the line.
Bishop, we do got Pastor on the line.
Pastor.
Let's bring him in.
How you doing, Pastor Carter?
Oh, man, we doing mighty fine. God bless you all. Thank you for this opportunity. We're excited. We're excited about what's about to go down, and just feeling really good, you know. Leandre, we waiting to hear him. You know, we got some singing, we got some praising, and some worship.
The comedy too.
Awesome.
Don't forget that.
And the comedy.
Yeah.
We're gonna pause and laugh for a minute. Then we're gonna go back to praising and crying and weeping, and we're just gonna have a great time.
Well, Pastor, you know, I mean, I don't want you to give me, you know, all of it, but I just want to know what the message is for this Father's Day weekend. What's the message to the fathers? The pastor always got to bring the message. What's the theme?
Well, you know, we go with the spirit. You know, we see what the spirit is saying. But I would encourage fathers right now, you know, to stay in the race. You know, keep your head up. You know, be encouraged. You know, keep putting out. You know, it just means so much. You know, I just ran into one of my math teachers from junior high, and I was telling her friends on how she impacted my life and how she allowed me and pushed me. And so a lot of times we don't realize what we're doing for our children, the impact we make and the pushing. You know, it may not come out right away, it might not even be said right away, but, you know, the good thing about it is what we're doing, amen, is really beneficial for them. So I just want to encourage the fathers on today, you know, keep on fathering, you know, and some fathers, like myself, have even lost their father. And what that means is that we really just step up to the plate. You know, we just remember everything that our fathers taught us, everything that they showed us. And most important, you know, we just keep God first, make him our center of attraction. Yes. You know, God will give us the wisdom. He would give us the knowledge. He would give us everything we need because he said, I know the plans that I have for you.
Yes.
It's a plan for peace and not evil, to give you an expected end. And I think if, Brother Territory, if we just stay in the vein of God and we continue to put him first, even as fathers and even as men and fathers to be. And then I'm pretty sure there's fathers out there that probably don't have children, but they're fathers. They fathered many, you know, and so just want to encourage them all, you know, to just stay in the race, stand tall, you know, continue. You know, we're needed. We're needed because we're the seed carrier, you know, we're the multiplier, you know, we're needed. We're needed to not only after we produce, but to take care of our production, you know, and be there. And I tell men all the time, you know, no matter what the situation may have been with, you know, the significant other, things that probably didn't work out, but never shortchange the child, you know, never divorce the child, you know, and it's always another side, two sides to a story,
right.
You know, and so it's one of those things that I would encourage every father to just, you know, don't give up. You know, like sometimes it's a fight. You know, sometimes it's a fight to stay in your child's life because, you know, just sometimes it may have just been some things said that wasn't able to have been defended. And so I encourage fathers all the time, you know, keep on, don't give up on your child. You know, they might be stubborn, you know, they may not want to talk to you, they might be angry, but sometimes a simple card, a 99-cent card, sometime will go a long way. You know, they may not read it.
Or
you know,
I love you text.
Yes, come on, I love you text. Come on.
Yeah.
I love you text or you know, I just checking on you, you know, just letting you know, you can make it, you know, you need anything, you know, and sometimes it's like a scab, an open wound, and sometimes an open wound is still bleeding, and it doesn't make sense to put the Band-Aid on it right now. It's just best to just let the blood run and clean it, and you know, and once the blood stop running, then you can put the Band-Aids on there. And the Band-Aids going to cover it. So that Band-Aid is basically just saying, hey, I'm covering you. I'm just not saying anything. I'm around you. I'm not just saying anything. I'm watching you. I'm not saying anything, but I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your healing. And that Band-Aid begin to be that shade, that covering. And then when the scabs start coming, you know, now the skin is coming back to normal. So now slowly, somebody can start making their moves and saying things, you know, positive things to try to bring it together.
That sounded powerful, Pastor.
Yeah.
Come on.
That sounded powerful, Pastor.
See, that's how I want it. He just had that.
It's a dangerous thing, you know, to mess with the wound while the wound is still bleeding, you know, and so that's why they have to use wisdom, you know, even that I love you text, like you just said, that'll go a long ways, you know. And who can't appreciate a little gift? Sometimes a little gift, you know, ordering something on Amazon, sending it to the house.
Yeah, okay, since you brought up gift, the question of the other day was, what do fathers want for Father's Day? I'll ask you the question before we get into some of this talent. What do fathers want for Father's Day? Well, hey, come on now, hey. It's a little controversy over this now.
We got enough cargo shorts.
You need another screwdriver.
Right. You know, I mean, I would say that I think one of the greatest things, gifts that a father could receive is just, you know, the children coming around and just, you know, it doesn't have to be monetary, but coming around and showing love and just maybe a nice dinner, laughter, appreciation, showing how much they appreciate it, you know, their dad, you know, the encouragement, that all encouragement is done and things like that. And then, I mean, if it's going to be a gift, you know, it just, you know, I mean, a gift card, you know, I mean, usually, I mean, you know, the average father probably have enough snakeskin shoes, you know, alligator shoes, you know, they probably got enough of all of that, you know, or handkerchiefs and a tie, you know, but a gift card, you know, maybe, or you know, or, you know, just something whereas they're, you know, they have the liberty to take the blessing and then be able to go get what they really need, because, you know, most men, they don't complain. They don't talk about what they don't have.
We kind of keep quiet, like kind of suffering in silence sometimes because we can't, you know, we got to hold it in. They told us a long time ago when we was coming up, if you was a man, you got to suck it up and be a man.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah. Nobody don't want to see a complaining man.
Yeah. In many different aspects. Yeah, that's true. Which is unfair. That's unfair.
Right.
That's not,
hey, that's why they say
anymore.
women live longer than men, because we be holding it in.
Hey.
Yeah.
And you're talking about something that's 99.9% theirs, right?
And then you gotta understand too, men are used to being the heavy load carrier, the weight bearer. They're used to be the provider. They're used to being the one that, you know, like I shared a sermon once that you know, we can't cry sometimes, you know, we can't complain sometimes, you know, we can't do it in public, you know, and then sometimes as men, sometimes they feel rather they can't cry, they can't say it in public, so sometimes they have to get off to themselves and just shed a tear or feel like they feel. But I think the greatest thing is that if a father can feel appreciative, if a father can feel loved,
right,
and I think Another great gift, too, would be one of the children that's in contact with another child that's not speaking to their father. You know, that would be awesome.
Bridge the gap.
Come on. You know, like, you know.
Well, Pastor, I'm gonna tell you this: you didn't bless our souls with the message. Hey, we got a little sample of the message.
Stay ready.
We got a little sample of the message, but we also got talent in the studio. And Rodney Poe, what we got? I'm gonna let y'all give us some type of art right now.
Right. Well, you know what we have is organically, just again, people that have a love for God, people that respect the origin of our gift and where it comes from. It comes from gospel music. So we have Miguel Caesar in the house. Is a young brother, friend of mine who is, you know, I consider family, who has that same origin, that same background. And also I have my nephew who's always looked up to us, you know, me, his mom, his uncle, as we operated in different, you know, different forms in gospel. I've done R&B as well, but he's watched and learned. He studied my records and albums, and he still does. So it's just a privilege to hear what he's done. And yeah, we got some talent. We got Sanford as well. A. Sanford is releasing music.
We need that A selection now. You know how we do it in church now. We need that A selection. You know, I don't know where they got that. We got the A selection from Miguel Caesar. We need that A selection, the A and B selection. We got Rodney Poe with an A selection.
We're gonna let Mick touch the mic now. But we have to let you know that these things will be enhanced with, you know, sounds, band, and things of that nature. But we always
going all out.
Always on the go for you. We always on the go for you, bro. Whenever you want us, you know. When we come here, we know this is a.
Well, I just want a little sample. You know,
me and Ingrafted Kings are doing a record called "Love Is in Love," and it kind of goes like, "I can tell you how I feel for you." And all the things that I can do to show you the love I have is true. What you know about commission? But my thoughts may change and my words will pass, and only what I do is gonna last, and this will show you the love I have is true. Run away that has no place for his head to lay. Oh, I can't wait to sing that with them, bro.
Oh, wow.
The unison part, the harmonies that we do together. It just brings back so many memories.
I remember I used to go to Gospel Fest and hear that.
Yeah. Man, we studied those records.
That's powerful.
We studied those records.
Yeah,
but
that's powerful.
Again, I tell people, when you hear R&B, you hear commission in a little bit of every R&B group, and especially if they came out.
That was the gospel version of Boys to Men at one point.
Yeah, that's the gospel version of everybody.
Right.
Jodeci,
I think
Drew
they took from commission.
Yeah. I mean, Strange Land. I mean, these records are just so significant in our life.
What else? What else we got, Rodney? What else we got? Introduce the next selection.
My nephew has a record called Here I Am, and he has a record called All of Me, and he has a record called Still Chose Me. These records are getting some radio spin on the gospel sector, and I'm appreciative to that. Shout out to my nephew Leandre Poe. Leandre, where you at, nephew?
I'm right here.
Okay. Which one you coming with? Just give him a sample. Give him a sample of what we coming with.
I'm gonna do Here I Am. It goes a little something like, all of me, it belongs to you. You've never let me down. One touch from you is all it takes. You'll always wear the crown. Here I am. Send me, oh God. I want to be used by you. Used by you. Here I am. Send me your God. I wanna be used by you. Used by you.
Yeah.
All right, see, y'all
Amen.
trying to hold on. Y'all trying to do the altar call or something. Y'all trying to call people to Jesus right now.
Hey, man.
That's what it sounds like.
Hey.
We just wanted to let it all know where it all come from.
What's going on?
That's all.
What's going on the station? What's going on the lines right now?
Hey.
I love that song.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
I love that song.
All right, Miguel, you up?
All right, here you go. Let me see.
What you got for us? What A selection you got for us?
He got that's a C selection.
C selection, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, okay, y'all doing it as a group.
Don't worry about it.
A, B, and C.
Okay,
I gave you the A.
That's right.
Leandre Poe.
I was trying to separate it, but I guess it's the group.
All right, here we go. Let me see.
Yes, sir.
Jesus says, here I stand. Won't you please take my hand? And you said, I will tomorrow. Jesus says, I am he who supplies all your needs. And you said, I will tomorrow. Ooh, tomorrow. I give my life tomorrow.
Say that, Doc.
I thought about today.
All right now.
But it's so much easier to say tomorrow. Who promised you tomorrow? You better choose the Lord today for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Very well might be too late.
Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to get the final closings. That sounded powerful now.
Hey, man, listen.
Father's Day
With
All
the
White
music,
Men's Concert.
What we have together, man,
Hey, look, when we come back, where to go, what we need, what you need the community to do to participate. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Summerfest is back, and the award-winning 1017 The Truth has got you covered. With free tickets, Truth Nation, to the world's largest outdoor festival. Tune into The Truth all week and listen for your cue to call and a chance to win an 18-pack of tickets to Summerfest.
Benjamin, I know you lying.
No, Nutty Juice, you heard that right. It's an 18-pack of tickets so your friends and family can enjoy Summerfest on us. So stay tapped into The Truth so you do not miss your chance to enjoy the biggest party on the lakefront. Summerfest is presented by our founding partner, American Family Insurance.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When it's time to upgrade your windows and doors, wouldn't you like to work with the best? But maybe you're thinking in these volatile times, I don't want to spend a fortune. Well, Pella, the best in the industry, has a product line for every budget, and right now you can get no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. And if the plan is to wait, guess what? You can get it now and wait to start making payments up to 2 years. Pella truly believes that quality windows and doors don't have to be expensive. With a range of affordable options and products assembled in the U.S., you can get the look you want at a price you can afford. And with Pella's free in-home consultation, no obligation quote, and range of available financing, getting new windows and doors from Pella is easier than you think. Certain restrictions apply. Ends June 30th of 2025. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them.
Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Get ready for a taste of tradition and a shot at some seriously delicious prizes. For over 50 years, Cousin Subs has celebrated and embraced the traditions of their hometown in the state of Wisconsin, and now Cousins will be honoring a Wisconsin tradition like no other with their pull tab giveaway promo. Now through July 6th, while supplies last, guests will receive a Cousin Subs pull tab with a sub or sub in a bowl purchase for a chance to win Cousin Subs for a year and more. For additional info and official rules, visit cousinsubs.com/pull tabs. One pull tab per customer, per transaction, per day. To receive a pull tab with no purchase necessary, see official rules. Hey, look, once again, is this the Sherwin Hughes album? The AI generated Sherwin Hughes. That's what's up. This sound like somebody really did that. That's what's up. What's the name of the album again?
Blue Mist.
Blue Mist by Sherwin Hughes. Hey. But we got talent in the studio. We got an event coming up for Father's Day. We got a lot of people in studio. We got some brothers on the line. You know I always love my brothers.
Yeah, man, you always show love, bro. That's why I love to call you, man.
Much love to you, T-Lord.
And I want to know from each of you, what does it, in your own short words, what does it mean to be a father?
Can I go first?
Yeah, of course.
Just pure accountability and understanding. You have to have accountability to stand in front of all things, and understanding to stand behind them and learn a lesson from them.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Can I go next?
Yeah, go ahead, Lily. I'm sorry, Lily. Leandre.
That's cool. What it means to me to be a father, I would just say being present. I mean, a lot of us, and that's bigger than what you think. A lot of us think the definition of being present is like being a provider, providing financially or whatever the case may be. But being present, it's a real thing to be there and not be there. So I had to do a lot of learning with that with my children. You can't be there, be present, and not be present. What I mean by that is just because you stay in the house doesn't mean you're present. So being a present father, I feel like it's like spending quality time speaking with your children and, asking them day-to-day questions, how they feel. Nowadays, you got to ask them how's their mental. Just being present other than financially.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
That's real.
For me, and I'll let Pastor go last, for me, it would be knowing God. I hope I didn't steal his answer, but for me, this is my serious personal answer. What's helped me through life is knowing God and knowing that he's never left my side. He's, carried me through every obstacle, and which allows me the opportunity to get back and fix my mess. So knowing God has given me that compassion, that mercy, that room for grace, and, forever being a forgiving person, never giving up on forgiving. I never want to stop forgiving, or I don't want to lose that. So, yeah, knowing God, I believe that that's the core of being good at anything. So, yeah, for me, being a great father is knowing God.
All right, Pastor Carter. What does being a father mean to you?
Well, being a father and a grandfather, one of the things I would say is that, you get a chance to see your children react like you did. They get to go through everything and that you put your parents through. You get to see an instant replay of it. It helps you understand a little bit better, instead of like going off on them or coming down on them because, you remember where you came from. So that gives you an extended love. It allows you to love them, and be that ear. I often say that children really need to know that their father.
Pastor, you're breaking up now. The devil trying to interfere with the vibration now.
Right.
The devil trying to block your blessings out there that you're trying to throw out to the people now.
Right.
We got to fight the enemy off the lines.
Fight that Wi-Fi devil.
All right, how about this right here? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I rebuke
you. Right, in Jesus' name. I would say that fathers, being a father is just, not only is a protector, a provider, but he also see their purpose. And one of the greatest things that I would say a father cannot do is to try to allow their children to be something that they never was. And so I think what being a father, that just having that freedom, the children are different. If you have a couple of them, a few of them rather, most of them are going to be different. They're going to think different and do different. And, you have to accept them. You also have to be firm and show love. You got to put your foot down. You can't bend. It has to be the firmness because even the Bible says, open criticism is better than secret love. So I think that one of the greatest things of being a father is that knowing that you're being the greatest example that they can ever look up to, the greatest example that they can see. And now, being a grandfather, now I'm seeing, my children's children. I don't have to share as much with them, as I did with my children, but still have to share some things with them. But we're just a reflection of them in the mirror as fathers. And one of the greatest things a father can do is pray and ask God for wisdom on how to lead his children, how to guide his children, how to love on his children, and how to be there for his children, and be able to explain. There was things that they probably didn't understand. One of the greatest things I shared with one of my children, because I was a little younger when one was born, and I told them when they got older, I said, "Wow, you caught me at a bad time." I said, "I was learning while I was raising you. I was learning. I was going through the process." And I said, "Forgive me if I wasn't there when you thought I should have been there, or provided for you in a way you thought I should have provided. But Daddy did the best he could." And I told him, that, but I'm still here. I said, I never left. Never left. The electric, Wisconsin Electric and We Energies, they were my friends. I had to pay them every time.
Hey, you had to.
Come on.
You had to pay them bills.
we were able to read.
I tell you, We Energy. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, We Energy don't play around. But I appreciate. Hey, look, I appreciate the brothers for coming on the show.
Man,
it's a wonderful time. Anytime y'all got anything going on, let me know. And
but hold on,
I got a request.
But you're a great father,
of course.
And let's give it 2 seconds. Come on, give it to this man.
Hey,
give it to this man.
Look, let me tell you something.
Publicly, we know what you went through.
Hey, I love the kids.
And you still stuck it out. And
let me tell you something. I'll tell you this. I'll try to make sure that I leave a legacy for them to change the next 10 generations.
There you go.
And when we talk about legacy and being a father and installing those things and actually creating an environment for them to thrive, that's what I feel like when we talk about fatherhood. These are the things when we're gone, these principles that we're installing in the legacy is going to go far beyond our lives. So we got to create that for them to stand on that for the next 10 generations.
Right.
But before, I want to request before we go, because we got to run the break. But take us to break. I want to hear "Change Gonna Come." That's my Father's Day song.
Oh, you directing the choir now.
That's my that's my Father's Day song. Okay, well, if, everybody know "Change Gonna Come" now.
Everybody,
now, my kids singing "Change Gonna Come." You know what I mean? Talk about they was born by the river. You know what I mean? That song that lasted.
Born by a river.
No, wait a minute. That song that lasted.
St. Joseph.
In my grandma's time, in my time, and then it's good. That song is timeless classic.
Yes, it is.
In our community. And I think that's my Father's Day song. Yeah, that's my Father's Day song.
Yeah.
If anybody know this, if you know, Rodney, if y'all can do it for me before we run the break.
I'll figure it out.
Just
before we go to break or when we come back?
No, we gotta go to break. It's
I was born by the river.
Hey.
In a little tent. And just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. There you go, brother.
That's powerful. Hey, look. Hey, let me tell you something. That's like.
Let me get out of here before you ask me to sing some Rick James, man.
Well, thank y'all for coming through.
Yes, sir.
Salute. Hopefully y'all have a a powerful event.
Yes, listen, you can come get the tickets. Listen, I have tickets. You pull up to a Po' Boys Barbershop, 3800 West Burleigh. I have tickets, and again, Pastor, I'm gonna jump out there. I'm gonna give a pair away to the first 5 people. They got time to call, or they can pull up to the.
Pull up to the shop.
Pull up to the barbershop, 3800 West Burleigh. You got to come and get there before 7 p.m. today. I have 5 pair of tickets I want to give, and you bless your father or your uncle or that man in your household or that man in your life. So 3800 West Burleigh, come up to Po' Boys Barbershop and pick up the tickets, or we have them in New Restoration Church. And I don't know if the pastor will be there, but listen, let me give y'all the address to New Restoration Church, because a lot of y'all are asking. The address is 11248 West Mill Road. Again, that's 11248 West Mill Road. That's on the corner of 114th and Mill Road. All right?
All right.
New Restoration Church.
All right. Thank y'all for coming through. Have a powerful Father's Day to all.
And hold on. What you got to say, Pastor? Can't what?
No, I was saying.
Look, I told you.
I tell you what. I tell you what. I'm with you. The matter of fact, the first 5 people that show up for Sunday service.
Okay.
At 9:55, first 5 people show up at Sunday service on Sunday morning.
Okay.
And say, I heard Dr. Carter.
We got to rebuke that spirit off the line now.
Yeah, first 5 people to show up at Sunday service at New Restoration Church and say, I heard Dr. Carter on air, you get a pair of tickets. 5, you get a pair of tickets, all right? All right, y'all. Peace and love. Truth Nation, love, baby.
Hey.
Thank you for having us.
We'll be back with more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We Energies want you to keep this important safety message in mind. Before you start digging, planting, or landscaping on your property, call 811 to have underground utilities marked. Calling 811 at least 3 business days before you plan to dig will help you know what's below and can prevent a hazardous situation. Our representatives will mark the underground utilities on your property for free. So remember, stay safe and call before you dig.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
What's poppin', Truth Nation? It's your girl Noni Juice for my friends at Steinhoffels. And nothing beats a great night's sleep on a Beauty Rest from Steinhoffels. Right now, you'll get a free foundation when you buy a Beauty Rest Black or World Class mattress. Queen mattresses start at just $30 per month when you use Steinhoffels' 60-month financing. And with Steinhoffels' 110% price guarantee, 120-night sleep guarantee, and free delivery, you can't make a mistake. Don't overpay for a good night's sleep. Shop in-store or online at Steinhoffels.com.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Tory Lowe with his truth.
As I reflect on my journey, I'm reminded of God's blessings and guidance. I've been fortunate enough to accomplish some remarkable feats, including walking 750 miles from Milwaukee to Washington, D.C. in honor of the Civil Rights Movement.
I also walked against violence from Milwaukee to Chicago and back for 7 consecutive years. My feet are still recovering, but my spirit remains strong. I've been privileged to advocate for victims of police brutality, search for missing persons, and participate in numerous protests. Last year, I was honored to visit the White House with my colleagues from 1017 The Truth to discuss pressing issues in the Black community with the Biden administration. Throughout my broadcasting career, I've received several first-place Wisconsin Broadcast Association awards for the Tory Lowe Show. I've also had the opportunity to be part of ESPN 94.5's Packer pregame show at Lambeau Field. As I look back, I am grateful for the incredible journey. Salute to my brothers and sisters on the front lines. And thank you for your tireless efforts and dedication. We're in this together, and I could not have done anything without the love and support of my community. I want to remind you to keep pushing forward, stay vigilant, keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go, and look both ways before you cross the street. And always look out for one another. In 2025, we still got a lot of work to do. God bless you, and I love you.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Tory Lowe Show weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Growing up, Wallace Peoples couldn't stay out of trouble. He spent time in and out of juvenile detention and was convicted of armed robbery in 1997 and sent to prison for 20 years. It was during that extended stay behind bars that changed his perspective and led him to reinvent himself. Today, Wallace Peoples goes by Wallow267, and he's dedicated his life to sharing positive messages, especially to those from underserved backgrounds. His greatest tool? It's humor.
You understand, if you can make somebody laugh, you can make them listen. And laughter don't got no race, no color, no age, no gender. That's one of the things that we all could agree upon. No matter where you at in life, you want to laugh.
Wallow267 uses his ability to make people laugh as a hook to get them to listen to his advocacy for reform and to help other people from underserved backgrounds avoid the pitfalls that derailed his younger years. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. Jacob Mizorowski shined in his Major League debut as the Milwaukee Brewers beat the St. Louis Cardinals in Game 1 of their 4-game series. This one by a final score of 6-0. Mizorowski went 5 innings and did not allow a single hit. He would exit in that 6th inning due to cramping issues, however. And with the win, though, the Brewers do improve to 37-33. And some breaking news for your Milwaukee Brewers. Aaron Savali getting his wish, being traded to the White Sox after the Milwaukee Brewers attempted to move him to the bullpen. The Brewers send off Savali and they acquire first baseman Andrew Vaughn from the Chicago White Sox. That's according to ESPN's Jesse Rogers. And lastly, over to the NBA, where Game 4 of the NBA Finals is set to tip off in Indiana. The Pacers holding a 2-1 game lead over the Thunder. That tip-off is set for 7:30. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, if you're looking for a new school for your kindergarten through 8th grade student, I have the right place for you. Have you heard of Milwaukee College Prep? For nearly 3 decades, MCP has been removing unfair barriers for children in Milwaukee. At MCP, they support the entire child. They offer pre-K, mental health services, nutritional support, intervention services, and after-school programs. This in addition to our character-first approach to learning. And most importantly, your child will receive a high-quality education, as every MCP campus earned a 4-star rating, exceeding expectations on the 2023-24 DPI report cards. Set up a time to visit Milwaukee College Prep. Go to MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com. Joining me is the advocate, the author,
Elizabeth Brown joining us. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. You'll see Elizabeth Brown on the V Mix.
Hey,
Say hi to
salute,
Elizabeth
salute.
Brown in the chat. How you doing, Queen?
What it do? Happy Friday.
Hey, happy Friday. It's Father's Day weekend. We had the fathers in the building.
Hey, the Kings was definitely in the building and they was showing out as always. You know what I'm saying? Salute.
Hey, it was powerful. It was powerful. And, you know, fathers are important. And many times
Very much so.
during this time, this is the time to educate people about fathers and what fathers are going through and how can we work together and make things and lives, all of our lives better by having the fathers around.
Absolutely. It's a pivotal time, I think, you know, like the pastor was saying, to right the wrongs of the past. Because we all made, you know, mistakes, but in reality, I think, you know, Black fathers in totality have always seemed to have been wrote in the wrong light in America's history, which, you know, I think 2025 in itself have exposed the truth about the lies that was told and all the systems that was put in play to remove, you know, Black fathers from the throne in which, like I said, they were never removed. Because, you know, like I said, rest in peace to my father, but he was one of the greatest men that ever walked this planet, you know. So I know the power that there is in a father and a man, and I think right now is the most powerful time for us to get back aligned like we're supposed to, because again, our world would never be at its greatest unless we align the way that we're supposed to be, and that's Black man, woman, and child. And I think we're in a beautiful place to start to right the wrongs of the past and also autocorrect, like Rodney Poe said, autocorrect our children to which way they should go, even if we made some wrong turns, because parenting don't come with instructions, you know. And a lot of times how we deal with emotional conflict, how we were taught, what we, you know, right now I think it's a powerful time for us to have not only the conversation, but us to move in the position to correct what it is that we need to correct for the next 10 generations that's coming up behind us.
Hey, look.
So salute to all the fathers.
Amazing
Absolutely.
show today. Hey, look, when y'all hear the playback over the weekend, and Father's Day is going to be cracking, a lot of brothers getting outside with the family, you know, family
Absolutely.
time. This is the best time to show that you appreciate your dad. This is what the world is doing. This is the energy, and we want to make sure that we contribute in a positive way and making sure that we are loving on each other the proper way.
Yes.
Loving on the fathers. We need love too. And the thing
and
is,
have that space. Yeah.
Right.
Give fathers that space to be vulnerable, especially around the people who they truly love. You
Right.
know, again, I think it's pivotal that we highlight fathers as much as the systematic have tried to dehumanize and unfather them. You know, the reality is, are there individuals who are struggling with fatherhood? Yes, there are. So I would just say, you know, salute to all the kings. Know that you are loved. Know that every day is another day to get right that what was wrong. And to all the mothers, you know, I speak to you when I say that now is a pivotal time for us to get our minds right and also right wrongs of past, or and be real with our children. Because the bottom line is, like I said, and I say it all the time, the Black woman is nothing without the Black man, and the Black man is nothing without the Black woman. And if either one of us is off balance, our children suffer. So the reality is, take this time, take this Father's Day to show homage to those who are righteous and all the righteous fathers, to become that voice of reason to the fathers that are struggling or don't know how to get back on the path of fatherhood. So
All right. Hey, look, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts on the show today, Queen. It's Friday.
Yes, sir.
Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, this is the legendary Homer Blow, hoping you and your family will join me at the 31st annual Homer Blow birthday party for the kids on Saturday, June 28th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Fitzsimmons Boys and Girls Club at 3400 West North Avenue in Milwaukee. The celebration is for children 2 to 13 years old. Admission is absolutely free. For more information on being a sponsor for this great event, call 414-248-4954 or email the Homer Blow Foundation at gmail.com. And don't forget, we'll have Kool-Aid, the red kind.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When it's time to upgrade your windows and doors, wouldn't you like to work with the best? But maybe you're thinking in these volatile times, I don't want to spend a fortune. Well, Pella, the best in the industry, has a product line for every budget. And right now, you can get no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. And if the plan is to wait, guess what? You can get it now and wait to start making payments up to 2 years. Pella truly believes that quality windows and doors don't have to be expensive. With a range of affordable options and products assembled in the U.S., you can get the look you want at a price you can afford. And with Pella's free in-home consultation, no obligation quote, and range of available financing, getting new windows and doors from Pella is easier than you think. Certain restrictions apply. Ends June 30th of 2025. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
At Hope Christian Schools, they're transforming lives through the power of Christ-centered education. Their nurturing environment combines academic excellence with strong Christian values. They offer free transportation and free tuition options to help set children up for success. Through faith, dedication, and unconditional love, they empower their scholars to discover their God-given potential and pursue their greater purpose. Don't wait. Start your child's journey at hopeschools.org.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas are sought after, where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish. Here, innovation is a way of life. In this city, the beat flows. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm. Forward. Now, it's your turn to grab hold of that energy, where you'll remember not just the meals, the celebrations, or the uncommon coast. What you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, where fresh meets fearless every day.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I hype me up. Say I'm enough. Even when it's tough, I can fall 1,000,000 times and I'm still getting up. Bulls for the bird, bro.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show, Elizabeth Brown.
Yes, sir.
Another powerful week of conversations. Let me get your final thoughts on the show.
I mean, powerful as always. Again, right on time. Again, we're in the season of Father's Day is Sunday. And again, sadly, you all feel, a little unloved. So it's time for us to, start watering y'all even better. I think we all in the process of understanding or knowing some things that we didn't know prior to. We having real life conversations in real time. And I just want to continue to encourage Black men to, speak your truth and make sure that you're open. Because I know sometimes we get set in our ways and that the conversation piece is not happening and y'all feeling like y'all can't, that there's nowhere to run to. But I just wanted to make sure that we take this time to let you know that you are loved, you are appreciated, we honor you, And even those of us that are broken and still trying to heal and find our way back, just give us some grace, give yourself some grace, find that space in time to just know that we truly love you, and we all, due to the systematic issues and the blockages that was put up in front of us to have us play against each other, to know that we are nothing without each other. So in this moment, I just want to encourage all the kings to continue to do your best, because when you're doing your best, there's nothing to feel bad about, and just make sure that you finding the time on Father's Day to do the self-care, and make sure that the main idea that not only are you feeling loved by your children, your significant other, your mothers, your fathers, your pastors, or whatever, just make sure that you're loving you and you're giving yourself the grace and the space to become the best man that you've ever been to yourself. Because a lot of time the neglect that you guys have shown yourselves have been egregious. You know what I'm saying? In reality, because there's supposed to be other people to point that out. But however, right now, I think it's a pivotal time for you all to find the space. So to give yourself grace so you can heal, because the better you are, the greater we can become together. So salute to all the fathers.
Hey, that sounded powerful. Also, a quick thought. They're saying there's some pushback with the new superintendent of NPS, Elizabeth Brown. She trying to shake it up. She trying to rearrange. She getting the pushback. What do you think about that?
I think pushback is good. Again, like I said, apply pressure to all points. Pipes need to be busted, because we understand that, again, NPS have had many issues, and I think that she is not above pushback. You know what I'm saying? So I welcome it. Again, the teachers union also need to be getting pushed on. You know what I'm saying? Because they volatile in totality, and the teachers union don't represent the children. That's a self-serving entity. But like I said, I'm open to pressure being applied from all sides. And I just hope that the community, the parents, we come out while they're applying pressure to the superintendent. We need to be applying pressure to them, because there is nothing righteous about the teachers union. Period.
Hey, look, there's a lot going on, but like I said, this is going to be a great weekend for the fathers and the families. And I really appreciate, the women who have made the life of our men better, and those, unions trying to make sure that we make our changes to make sure that we regroup, rethink, and reshape the black man, black woman, and child. Salute to everybody. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great time.
Give love, receive love. Let's get it. Happy Father's Day to all the kings. I love you. Salute.
All right, Elizabeth Brown. As usual, I appreciate you for being on these front lines.
Hey,
and we
King,
got a lot of work to do.
Happy Father's Day, King. One love.
Look, it's been a beautiful thing. It's been a beautiful experience. Some ups, some downs.
Hey,
but
we're
gonna
still
try
around.
to change the next 10 generations. We still around.
Let's get it.
Exactly. Hey, look.
One love.
All right, DJ Brother Z.
All right, Queen. All right, Tory Lowe from Waterfall. Green don't always mean go. Let's get it.
All right, everybody in the chat, salute. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody that called in. Salute to the guests that came through. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you this. Enjoy your family. Enjoy this weekend. Make it a memorable weekend. Keep your head on a swivel. Look both ways before you cross the streets. And green don't always mean go. I love you. We got Bailey Coleman filling in for Dr. Ken and Dave Elsie in the building. God bless you.